Live from Moore Gymnasium on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University in beautiful downtown Daytona Beach, Florida. It's time for Southwestern Athletic Conference basketball action on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Trujillo. Happy to have your company. Sabrina Petit-Home joins me once again at the broadcast desk here at Moore Gymnasium. Well, Sabrina, we had no share of excitement on Saturday night as the men's team got a 6-point win to increase their win streak to 7 straight games, move to 9-1 in the SWAC. But they had to claw and scrap and fight for it behind a 30-point night for Jacoby Hetty.
It definitely was a tough game for the Wildcats, but they were able to prevail at the end, and this is something that they need to, I'm sure they understand that it's not going to get any easier from here. The teams are definitely going to step it up to try and, defensively try to trap them to gain the win. They're the top team right now. They're trying to put the fire out.
Tonight, the Texas Southern Tigers come to Moore Gymnasium. They are 5-5 in SWAC conference play and coming off of a 62-57 win on Saturday over Florida A&M. The Tigers always a threat under head coach Johnny Jones. It's time for our keys to the game. Sabrina, take center stage.
All right, keys to the game, and the first one is going to go to our Wildcats. The Wildcats would need to really step it up defensively against Texas Southern. This is no longer going to be an offensive game for us because we're missing our biggest defender, Doc. We need to be able to strengthen and solidify that area, and I think once we're able to do that without our biggest defender, then we'll put ourselves in the right spot. Going into Texas Southern, my keys to the game for them is to share the ball. There are 5 players that average 8+ points per game. And they could even run the ball through the post, but statistically they don't do that. So if they want to win the game tonight, I would really use that post to their advantage or use the post in general in their advantage.
Those are your keys to the game. It's now time to jump into tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the Texas Southern Tigers. They'll start with their best player, a senior forward, 6'7", out of Mount Vernon, New York, and a transfer from UT Arlington, Troy Hupstead. He's their best scorer, 15.7 points per game. He's also the SWAC's best rebounder at almost 9.5 per game, so he's close to averaging a double-double. At the first guard position, it's a senior, 6'1", from Bossier City, Louisiana. It's Bryce Roberts, now in his 2nd season with Texas Southern, transferred from UT Tyler. He's the team's top stealer with 24 on this season. Running the point for Texas Southern is a graduate student guard from Houston, Texas, and a transfer from Paris Junior College, Jalen Weisinger. Weisinger was top 50 in the junior college ranks in minutes per game back when he was at Paris Junior College. He's now in his 3rd season at Texas Southern. And the final starter is the man in the middle, a senior center, 6'10", from Markham, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Jordan Gorecki. He's a transfer from Northern Illinois last season, although he did not play for the Huskies. Before that, he was at Northern Oklahoma College. And the starting lineup for the Wildcats remains unchanged. It's Jacoby Hetty, a 6'6" senior guard from Chicago, Illinois, leads the SWAC in field goal percentage at over 51%, leads the team in points per game at 17.9, and field goal and free throw percentage at 81%. Seneca Willoughby will run the point for the Maroon and Gold. He's a 6'3" senior guard out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, now in his 3rd year at Bethune-Cookman after transferring from Contra Costa College. Quentin Hetty starts in place of the injured Dr. Bradley for the 2nd straight game. He went off for 14 against Prairie View A&M and probably would have had more if he didn't pick up 2 early fouls and spend most of the first half on the bench. He's a junior forward, 6'6", from Chicago.
Something I also should have added in there is to stay out of foul trouble as well, too. It can get aggressive down there, but we want to make sure that we stay clean. And if the fouls happen, just let's make sure it's not in the first couple minutes.
Starting in the middle, a senior forward, 6'8", from Las Vegas, Nevada, now in his 2nd season with the Maroon and Gold. It's Daniel Ruzon, averaging 11 points and 5 rebounds. Ruzon has been really good in the post the last couple of weeks. And the final starter, senior guard, 6'6", from Los Angeles, California, Tyler Andrews. He has the team's best 3-point percentage at 42.4, but that has steadily declined over the last 4 or 5 games.
Tyler Andrews is a great three-point player, but I would really love to see him transition into more of a skilled player, all-around player. He has the build for it, so I just want to make sure that, you know, even if he's a little cold from that line, he can still produce in the post for the mid-rangers for some traps.
We'll pause for the national anthem, and when we come back, it's basketball time here on the CatEye Network.
Today's game features the Bethune-Cookman University Wildcats and the Texas Southern University Tigers. At this time, we ask you to please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. As we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. It's time now to meet tonight's starting lineup. First for the visitors, the Tigers of Texas Southern.
As the starting lineups get introduced down on the floor, I want to dive further into the Wildcat defense and how they want to run tonight with Dr. Bradley out. Of course, still dealing with that ankle issue that he kept him out of Saturday's game. Although he was out of the boot today, walking around, hopefully he will be back soon. Now, we talked in Saturday's game about how the man defense wasn't working. And then they switched to the zone at the start of the second half and got a lot better. So, Sabrina, do you want to see the Wildcats start in that zone look from the get-go tonight?
Yes, because something that I was watching, and you know, you said I was a psychic, that paint was exposed multiple times over and over again. And it wasn't until that, you know, we talked about at halftime what defense would work, was that Xbox defense. If we can continue or start this entire game in a zone defense, we would be able to make sure that we can hike up the score as much as we want to, but still play a controlled game. And that way we can really relax on the fouls as well, too. That put us there bad.
These two teams statistically pretty evenly matched, both mid-range in most of the stats, although the Wildcats do lead the conference in field goal percentage at 45.9. Texas Southern right behind them at 45%. They're both top three in that regard. So we could see a very efficient night here at Ford Gymnasium.
Right, and it's going to be a tough game, a tight game. I don't want to say a tough game. It's not like they won't be able to prevail, but this is one of the games that they have to be on their A game. Fundamental games, like I said earlier, this is not going to be an offensive game for us. We want this to be a more defensive game.
And something that you didn't talk about in the keys to the game, but I also think is very important, is limiting second chance points for Texas Southern. The Wildcats are the best team in the SWAC at securing defensive rebounds at 25.5 per game.
Right.
If they miss a shot, you got to make it one and done.
Yes, and you know, we've gotten a little comfortable because earlier in the season when conference play started, we were really great at getting those second chance points. But as we started to go later into, you know, where we're at right now, it's been a little bit too comfortable. So if we can get back to where we was at in the beginning, we should be able to move forward.
Texas Southern in the maroon jerseys, gray stripes on the neck, shoulders, and around the bottom of the pants. Gray block numbers with Texas in script above and Southern in script below, both in gray. The Texas Southern logo on the pants as well. Bethune-Cookman in their gold uniforms tonight. White numbers with a maroon trim, a big white stripe down the side. Bethune in white block letters on the front.
You know what to do. Hail Wildcats! Hail Wildcats! Hail Tigers! Hail Tigers!
It's basketball time at Moore Gymnasium. Both of these teams looking to climb the standings. The Wildcats looking to stay on top. Texas Southern has won 4 of their last 5 games, looking to continue their hot streak here tonight. Get set, it's going to be a good one here on the CatEye Network and SWAC TV. Happy to have your company here at Moore Gym. The ball is tipped, and we are underway. The Wildcats win the tip going left to right here in the opening half. Tyler Andrews takes the ball for the Wildcats. We mentioned he's been a little bit cold in the pregame show over the past couple of weeks. Can he heat up from the outside tonight? He's alone in the corner to Quentin Hetty. Gets a shoulder bump, can't finish the floater, and the Wildcats come up empty on their opening possession. Now we see Texas Southern getting into their work. Here's Jalen Weisinger. He'll run the point for the Tigers today. This is Troy Hupstead, their top scorer. The handoff back to Weisinger, and around it goes. On the right wing, here's Zaire Hayes getting to the baseline, falling away. Too strong, rebound taken by Seneca Willoughby. Looks for the feed to Quentin Hetty. Quentin left wide open for 3. He'll take it, and just a little bit too strong. A good box out by Jordan Gorecki for the rebound for Texas Southern. Both teams 0 on their opening possessions here. As down low, fading away, no good from Hupstead. The rebound to Ruzan. Both teams 0 for 2.
Got to take our time. I'm loving that they started out this game in the zone, or kind of like a man zone.
The pick and pop for Daniel Ruzan comes up a bit strong, so the Wildcats 0 for 3. Not for the lack of trying, got 3 decent looks.
Yeah, they're pinching them down there.
Nice job to create separation by Weisinger, but he can't apply the finish. Here's Jacoby Hetty, who had a season-high 30 points on Saturday. Ruzan in the low block on the right-hand side.
Keep that paint wide open.
He's going to go at Gorecki, who's got a good half a head taller than him. He'll kick out back to Andrews, 10 on the shot clock. Andrews across to Jacoby. Goes left, jump step in the lane, and he get the foul called on Weisinger. I was waiting to see if they called a foul or the travel.
Yeah.
They called the foul.
One of them happened first.
And again, the Wildcats down to just 8 active players today, just like they were on Saturday. You talked about the foul trouble, but also the minute management.
And you also want to make sure that, since we're not able to keep these teams fresh as much as we want to, this is something extremely important that we have to
Air ball for Jacoby Hetty off the inbounds play. Wildcats 0 for 4. Hupstead, double team, kicks it out to Weisinger. Across to Roberts. He takes a straight on 3, and there's the first points of the contest almost 3 minutes in.
Well, Mike, you were right. You said this was a pretty much a very equal matchup between the Wildcats and Texas Southern. So it's going to be a back-and-forth game again.
Wildcats got to find something on offense. 0 for their first 4 shots and no offensive rebounds. Tyler Andrews the drive, the fade away, puts it up, clanks off the rim.
You just talked about the second chance points. You don't really have a...
Fast hands from Quentin Hetty, can't force the turnover, stays with Weisinger. Across to Bryce Roberts, and now Hupstead at the top of the key. Hupstead sets the screen, here's the 3 by Weisinger, too strong. Rebound right to Ruzan. Seneca Willoughby hands to Tyler Andrews. Across to Jacoby, now down low to Ruzan. On the left-hand baseline, going at Gorecki, spinning, bumping, left-hand layup, finally falls for the Wildcats.
Great footwork by Daniel down there.
3-2, just over 3 minutes played. Pulling up and hitting the 3 is Bryce Roberts.
Didn't even see that happen.
This is not a particularly great shooting Texas Southern team from beyond the arc, 33%. They're not bad, but not outstanding.
Right.
They have hit 2 of their first 3 threes, and they lead 6-2.
Sounds like to me that if we had a little bit of pressure, we'll be able to stop that before it happens again.
Jacoby Hetty on the baseline, lost the ball out of bounds, first Wildcat turnover. Kind of like on Saturday, slow start
Yes,
offensively for Bethune-Cookman. Jalen Weisinger, the transfer from Paris Junior College. Across to Hupstead, they run this high weave action.
But that's exposing that paint. That's the same thing that happened.
It ends up back in the hands of Weisinger. Kick out for three, no good by Hupstead. Hupstead a 32% three-point shooter. Tyler Andrews fakes the three, drives in, got his shot rejected, hits the ground hard, and the foul is called. That'll take us to our first media timeout. Conference play is almost over. You don't want to miss a second of the madness at Moore Gymnasium. Single game tickets are available now, starting at just $10. Get yours today at bcuathletics.com/tickets or call the ticket office at 386-481-2465. Student admission is always free. Offense not coming easy for the Wildcats now, Sabrina.
Not at all. And like I said earlier, these games that they're about to go against, these next couple games are not going to be easy at all. We're missing our biggest defender, so we need to step it up. Somebody or all of us as a team need to be able to step it up to solidify and or strengthen that area.
Just 2 points for the Wildcats, although Tyler Andrews will head to the free throw line after this media timeout. That's a different wrinkle to Tyler Andrews' game. You don't often see the up fake and then the drive from him.
But I kind of actually want to see a little bit more of that, you know what I mean? Yes, I don't want to see him get hurt, but I want to see him drive into the paint a little bit more because we don't want to only rely on him for just three-pointers. They're more than just three-pointers. Let's drive in, draw the foul, and then take it to the three-point line.
Meanwhile, Texas Southern has hit 2 of their first 3 three-point attempts to take a 6-2 lead. Now, we saw the Wildcats struggle with pulling guys out of the paint on Saturday. Do they stay in their zone, or do they try and now run the Tigers off the three-point line, potentially exposing inside?
I would honestly continue to stay in the zone because even the zone that they're running, I'm still seeing that paint being exposed a little bit more. I don't want to risk it. If they're able to do that while we're in the zone, but we can still keep our foot in it, I don't want to risk it to the point where we get a man and it's automatically open. Because it's just at that point, they're going to run up the score for us as quickly as possible. That zone, yes, is just bits and pieces of them opening up, but at least we still have our foot in a way that we can control it.
The Wildcats, after tonight, just have 2 more home games.
Yes.
That goes for the women, too. It'll be the Alabama schools coming to town Thursday, February 19th, and Saturday, the 21st. That's State on the 19th and A&M on the 21st. Both of those doubleheaders, it does not follow the standard Thursday, Saturday, Monday formula. And that'll set up the final week of action before we go to the tournament.
So fast, Mike.
Yeah, I know. You blink and it's January 1st, and then you blink and it's March 1st.
Right, we just started. How did we get here?
Wildcats break the huddle. And Tyler Andrews will be at the free throw line. Andrews from Los Angeles, California, has been around the block. Started at UMKC in Kansas City for 2 seasons, then Eastern Kentucky last year.
The basket has been changed from a three-pointer to a two-point basket.
Was hurt to start the year. Played 3 minutes against Auburn in the opening game, that didn't play again until South Carolina State game in mid-December. First free throw, good. But since then, he's been very good, averaging over 42% on his three-pointers, although it was over 50% for a while at the start of conference play. Andrews makes both free throws. There was one of the threes from Texas Southern was overturned to a 2-point basket. So the score is actually 5-4.
See what I mean?
Position underneath, but Weisinger couldn't finish the layup.
That was just transitioning to a man.
Willoughby, the pick and roll with Ruzon. Back to Andrews. Looks at the straight on three and catches it.
I'm looking at Tyler Andrews' stats, and he is 71.4% at the free throw line. I want to see him drive more.
But really, as a really great shooter, you'd think that percentage would be a bit higher.
You know what I mean? At least it's about 50.
Fast hands from Ruzon with the steal at the top of the key. He got tripped from behind. Those are the scary ones.
Yeah, you don't see it coming at all. You're looking right in front of you, you don't know where your body's gonna fly at.
I've been watching a lot of the Winter Olympics.
Oh my goodness.
Seeing people throw
Speed
themselves
racing,
down
yes.
mountains and ice chutes and all that. You see someone go down like that, and you go, oh no.
Anxiety fears them.
So Alex Anderson is going to come in to give the Tigers a bit more height. He's a 6'6" senior out of Memphis, Tennessee. He'll replace Weisinger, just picked up a foul. Willoughby on the wing, tried to get it down low, and Jacoby Hetty, who's had a rough start to the ball game, commits his second turnover. With the Wildcats up 7-5. So Gorecki goes out, and we're going to see Dwayne Posey, the 6'7" forward, also out of Memphis, Tennessee, played that center role. That size-wise looks like a better matchup for Ruzon.
Yes.
Hupstead still yet to score in the ball game. The handoff to Anderson. He's one of those guys averaging over 8 points, 10.5.
Wildcats playing high and wide, but you gotta make sure that baseline is not there.
The pick and roll, the up and under, and there's a lid on the basket right now for Texas Southern. That was a great move for Posey. He just couldn't finish.
What a pick.
Quinton throws the ball to the corner, and there's nobody there.
I think he was looking for Tyler to be there. Usually Tyler's at that corner, but you gotta look before you make those passes, Hugh.
And Quinton getting an earful from Coach Theus and slow down. It's 7-5, 14.5 or 14-13 to go in the first half. The handles from Posey. Andrews on the curl. Looking for the kick out. Wildcats defend it well, and Andrews takes the ball away, but he can't grab it.
Oh, it's still our ball.
It's called Wildcat ball. Zaire Hayes protesting his innocence. And are we going to get a challenge here from head coach Donnie Jones?
Yes, I saw the finger.
Oh, did you see the finger from the player or the coach?
The coach.
Oh. Well, they're not going to they're not going to do it.
Right.
Don't want to waste it early on in the game when it's still a 2-point game with 13:50 to go in the first half. The Wildcats force another turnover. Jacoby Hetty falls down again.
That was a foul, though. I'm not gonna lie. He hip checked him.
Ruzon on the baseline. Big across. Willoughby steps into a three. In and out. Long rebound. Ruzon on the wing. He'll drive, spin, kick it to Quinton. Out to Seneca. He tries again. This time he got it. We talked about the second chance points on the pregame show.
That's the type of hustle that we're looking for here with the Wildcats. Oh my goodness, are they conceding?
Offensive foul as Jacoby Hetty hits the deck for the 4th time in the first 5 minutes. And that time, they get the foul on Anderson.
Talk about sacrificing your body, Mike.
And he plays so hard. This whole team really does, too.
They do. They love. This is a thing that, you know, I like to use the quote, passion personified. You really see it from each of these players here on Bethune-Cookman Athletics.
Clock issue, as we'll have a clock reset before the Wildcats inbound this ball. So the shot clock ran, the game clock did not, so they'll take 2 seconds off the game clock, make it 13:10. The Wildcats up 10-5 after trailing. It's funny, they trailed 6-2, and they're now up 10-5 because one of the Texas Southern threes got overturned on review. Ruse on top of the key handoff, Willoughby.
Nice little elevator screen from Ruzan.
Williams to the corner. Quinton Hetty.
Nice.
The spin, hand switch in the air, no good. Wildcats got to race back on defense. Here's Bryce Roberts. We'll go to the corner and a reset to Anderson. Anderson around the double screen, goes left, falling away, and he'll go to the free throw line. Alex Anderson, the senior, transfer from Incarnate Word. Incarnate Word down in Dallas.
You got a name on him.
That's the University of the Incarnate Word. Cardinals play in the Southland Conference. I don't think you were on the broadcast yet. They came here a couple years ago, play us in men's basketball. The Wildcats ended up winning that game by 10. That was December 22, if I remember rightly.
Oh, we just started. Just started the year afterwards, yeah. All right.
Zyterius Mortal into the game for the first time tonight for Texas Southern, the senior guard out of Alexandria, Louisiana. His entire college career has been at Texas Southern. And we're going to see the Wildcats' leading rebounder, Ariel Bland, come in to replace Ruzon. Bland leads the team in rebounds at 116 on the year, playing under 20 minutes a night.
Wow. He has such a build for the post as well, too. I like his aggression when he's down there.
We also see Arterio Morris into the game for the first time. His scoring has dropped off a bit in conference play. Andrews catch and shoot three, that's short. Nobody there for the rebound except maroon jerseys.
Are we not focused on defense today?
Well, they might be too focused on defense and not going for the rebound. Yeah. Anderson, handoff, Posey, bucket and the foul as that one hangs on the rim and falls, and a chance to tie the game.
And I saw that swing. Maybe if he would have kept his hands straight up, going up, it would have been a different type of call that was made.
Also into the game for Texas Southern, the 6'9" Josh Apoa, another transfer from Incarnate Word. But this is Dwayne Posey, the transfer from Northwestern State, also from the Southland Conference, by the way. He gets the and one. He shoots the free throw at 71.9%, and it's a tie game at 10. Quick little 5-0 run for Texas Southern here. Hetty. Left-hand drive, kicks to Jacoby. Jacoby to the corner for Bland. Bland with 10 on the shot clock. Wildcats got to create something here. It goes to Jacoby Hetty with 5. Hetty, the kick. Quentin got to put it up. 2, now 1. And it hits the rim too strong. Anderson all the way, tries to throw it to the corner, and somehow Roberts kept his foot in bounds. Correction, Anderson kept his foot in bounds. Now here's Roberts driving all the way in. The kick to Anderson, the extra pass is deflected. And Mortal has to retrieve it with 6 to shoot. He takes a 3, it's no good. Foul called, offensive foul on Texas Southern. They'll send the ball back the other way. And again,
another one.
Jacoby Hetty hits the deck.
I'm talking about sacrifice. They're absolutely disrupting their entire position right now down there.
At that media timeout, we had all the staff members at Bethune-Cookman that are in attendance today stand to be recognized. It is Staff and Faculty Appreciation Night here at Moore Gymnasium. Tyler Andrews pulls up from the wing and got it.
See what happens when you slow down, Mike? Take the time to smell the roses a little bit.
Nice patient offense, worked it around, got an open look for Andrews. Andrews has got 6 there early on. The backdoor pass. And a great finish at the rim for Dwayne Posey. Haven't heard from Arterio Morris yet.
Taking his time. You know he likes to show up whenever it's suspected.
There's a dribble handoff for Morris. The Wildcats will switch the wings with 15 on the shot clock. Morris gets the screen from Ruzon.
Roberts is
goes left, pulls up, knocks it down.
You asked.
I did ask. And there's Arterio Morris.
I would really hope that Roberts would really calm down a little bit because it's getting to the point where he might just get another offensive foul.
Deflected pass comes to Mortal. He lost the ball underneath. It'll stay with the Tigers. Last touch by Andrews. And Zaire Hayes is going to come back. Hayes now in his 3rd season at Texas Southern, averaging 10.3 points. He's their best three-point shooter at 40% and their best free throw shooter at 88.2, Zaire Hayes. And then Hupstead's also going to come back in, replacing Apoa. 15-12, Wildcats on top with just a tick under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Really low-scoring game of basketball right now.
Great defense that I'm seeing from the Wildcat. Oh, there it goes.
Bruzon rejected the layup attempt from Posey off the window.
Nice little flash. Ooh, my goodness.
The moves and the,
Gotta finish.
Got a finish from Morris. Comes up a little shy. Andrews runs the floor the other way. The kick back to Posey.
Get back into that zone defense because I'm seeing a little bit too much paint right now.
Hupstead against Ruzon, falling out of bounds. He threw it off of Ruzon first. Smart play by Hupstead.
You know, that defense is really locking in when you ain't have no choice but really send it out to them.
Yeah, the Wildcats, especially Ruzon, really locking in right there, forcing the Texas Southern player to knock the ball off his chest and out of bounds.
I think he's really trying to redeem himself for last game as well, too. It was a really tough game.
Thrown up to the top for Zaire Hayes. Hayes against Morris. Goes right, lost the ball into the corner, saved, back to Hayes. With 7 to shoot, here's Anderson, excuse me. Anderson with 2, with 1, gotta put it up, no good.
Oh.
Did it hit the rim? I don't think it hit the rim, but the referees think it did, and the putback is good. And it's a 1-point game. The Wildcats will keep the ball after it was knocked out of play by Mortal, who finds himself in the stands.
Texas Southern is running with a lot of speed right now. You know, it's working. They're trying to disrupt the Wildcats' flow, and we got to get back to a position where we're playing our own game and we're not getting to it.
We're seeing no arguments for the Wildcats, so it probably did hit the rim, just we didn't have a good enough angle to see it. Jordan Johnson in the game right now. Kick to the baseline, the extra pass, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats off of Mortal.
We got Butterfingers today?
Yeah, apparently. Wildcats turned the ball over a couple times. And sometimes when the Wildcats try to play this quick one-touch passing style, they overdo it a little bit. Ended up throwing the ball out of bounds.
Those are the type of players that really got to come naturally with you.
Bland back to Morris. Morris has Mortal for company on the outside. Wide open is Ruzon for 3. It's good! Ruzon staring down his own coach back down the floor. Ruzon, not a terrific three-point shooter. That's just his 4th make of the year from downtown.
When he hits them, that's when you know they count.
4-point lead for the Cats. 8:25 to go in the first half. Anderson around the screen up top. Mortal. Johnson guarding him, gets the screen, looks for the pick and roll. Ruzon switches on to Mortal. The handles, the pull-up, the knockdown.
Wow, it's a pretty interesting take between these two teams.
Morris, the kick, but he got fouled first. And we might have the under-8 media timeout here with 8:01 to go.
Coach is ready to go ahead and sub Seneca in to see if he can really control the tempo of the Wildcats.
He's going to take Jacoby back out and bring Quentin back in along with Seneca.
I think it's a pretty good matchup as well, too.
Wildcats will go with a really small lineup here with Quentin Hetty at the 4.
I think he's aggressive enough down there.
Yeah.
But sometimes he can get a little too aggressive. Want to make sure we stay out of foul trouble.
Jacoby Hetty taking a seat. It's been a rough opening to the game for Jacoby. He just hasn't scored. Quentin got fouled. Will go into the basket.
And that's why I said he's great at the 4. He's not scared to be down there. He's not scared to go up for that layup, and he's not scared to draw that foul.
Well, we played 2 seconds, and now we're at the under-8 media timeout. So we'll take it with 7:59 to go here in the first half. Wildcats up 18-16. The defending baseball champions are back at the Jack to come catch Bethune-Cookman next Friday, February 13th, as they host Bradley for the 2026 home opener. This coming Friday, as they host the Bradley Braves. Tickets free, can't make it to the park, watch every moment live for free on youtube.com/CatEye Network or listen at bistroathletics.com/radio. Apologies for the technical difficulties here from Moore Gym. Wildcats 18, Texas Southern 16, with 7:59 to play in the first half. And at the halftime break, don't go get your traditional snack or cup of coffee or whatever, because we will have head coach Jonathan Hernandez up here at the broadcast desk previewing his team's 2026 season and how they will try to retain the crown that they had in 2025. You know I'm excited about baseball season.
I know. That's his favorite time of the year, everyone. And so, you know, really excited to see a two-peat coming from the season. I know it was all over Instagram where people are thinking that we're probably bringing home 2 rings. One for basketball and one for baseball.
Now,
so
a lot of ball left to be played,
yes.
and the entire season, of course, left to be played for the baseball team. And we shall see when we get down there. Of course, basketball trying to close the season strong, get that #1 seed. As Quentin Hetty goes to the free throw line after he got fouled right before the under-8 media timeout. Quentin Hetty getting an earful from the referee. I think it's about his shirt. It's not as tucked in as the
everybody else is
referee would like. Now Quentin will get the ball. We have the very odd Quentin Hetty on the floor without Jacoby situation right now. You rarely see that with Jacoby on the sidelines getting attended to by the trainers, it looks like. So we hope Jacoby Hetty is okay. He took a couple of hard falls right at the beginning of the game. Took a couple of body check fouls as well. 20-16, Wildcats back up by 4 after Quentin Hetty made those 2 free throws. Mortal on the wing, guarded by Seneca. Across to Bryce Roberts. Andrews looking for the slip screen. Mortal on the wing, driving against Seneca, and he got the ball stripped away. Fast hands by Arterio Morris, throwing the lob, and Mortal takes it away but steps on the baseline. Nice, what a heads-up play by Mortal, by the way. He got stripped, tracked back, and intercepted the pass.
This is something that we see a lot with the Wildcats when we have these, like you said earlier, these one-touch passes ain't always gonna work when you need them to. You got to be able to read the play and know when to pass the ball. We are skilled. We know what to do with them.
Yeah, Coach Theus not happy about that particular pass, but the Wildcats get lucky and will keep the ball.
Yeah, lucky stepped on the line.
Jordan Johnson, who was scoreless on Saturday, back to Ruzon. Pulls up from mid-range.
And nobody is down
well,
there.
because when you're playing the single big set and Ruzon takes the jump shot, there's nobody down there to rebound.
Yeah, but it can't just be him, though.
Andrews, no good. Offensive rebound for Posey. Trying to keep his heels off the baseline. He somehow gets it back up top to Roberts. Posey against his opposite number, Daniel Ruzon. Left-hand hook shot, no good. Hupstead a rebound. He got fouled and will go to the line. Yep. Jordan Johnson picks up the foul. Wildcats, that's only their 2nd foul.
Pretty clean so far. I'm not mad at it.
Yep.
You know, that was something that I wish that I would have added on their keys to the game, is to make sure that they play clean basketball. And if they start fouling, not saying that's a good thing, but let's wait till second half maybe.
This is not the kind of game the Wildcats want to play, this slow, defensive, low-scoring type contest. They want to be scoring 80 points a night.
Yeah.
And they're pretty close, 79.6 points in conference play. They're second only to Jackson State by 1/10 of a point.
You know what I also realize as well, too, is whenever we give the opposing team a chance to get back up, it decreases our chance to get to 80 because we're usually there. But
another free throw coming for Hupstead is no good. Wildcats up by 3. Wildcats really slow it down now as Seneca Willoughby walks across the tri-stripe. Hands to Jordan Johnson. Willoughby, handoff Morris trying to escape Mortal. He puts it up really short, no good. Tapped ahead, and Bryce Roberts couldn't keep it out of the out-of-bounds area. So again, the Wildcats getting some lucky breaks, but shooting just 35% from the floor right now, 6 of 17.
That's below average for us.
Yeah, the Wildcats are best in the SWAC in field goal percentage, almost 46%. The 2 3-pointers the Wildcats have hit the difference in the game right now. Willoughby back to Ruzon. This time he gets position against Gorecki, and Gorecki goes over the back of him and commits the foul.
Sometimes all you have to do is just, like I said, take your time, wait. Something's about to happen, and if it doesn't, go up.
That was almost identical to the play that the women ran.
Yes.
Where the 5, in this case Daniel Ruzon, sets that back screen and then fronts the post and gets open position.
Right. So the little play with, well, not a little, but Maya and Tyler.
Ooh, shout out to Bethune-Cookman women's basketball going 2-0 on the weekend, beating Texas Southern last Thursday and Prairie View on Saturday.
So proud of you guys.
Including the first career double-double for Maya Johnson on Saturday night. Ruzon missed the first and got the second. Ruzon shoots the free throw at 73%. Well, that drew a 4-point contest here with 6 minutes to go in the first half, 21-17.
Nice defending by Arterio, who's reading the game very well.
The screen gets him around him. Anderson all the way in. Oh, the foul is called.
I know
Ruzon not happy about it.
No, I wouldn't be either because, yes, he was out the way, but I wonder who it was, number 0. Anderson grazed his body as he was going up, so they kind of collided right there.
Coach Theus does not agree. Neither does the crowd here at Moore Gym. First free throw goes down for Anderson, again shooting the free throw at 72%. He's the team leader in assists with 34, Alex Anderson. Got the second one to go. As Quentin Hetty and Gorecki get tied up, Ruzon's gonna come out for Ariel Bland. That's 2 fouls on Ruzon.
At least it's 5 minutes till. But I would really take him out and put Aaron. Oh, that already happened.
I would not expect to see Ruzon in the game the rest of the first half. Bland comes and sets the screen for Morris. Oh, he threw the ball away. Bryce Roberts throws it up. No. Rebound. Foul on Bland as the offensive rebound was grabbed by Mortal. 4th offensive rebound for Texas Southern. They're up on BCU in that regard, 4-2.
I must have jinxed them or something because now they're being extremely tight on those calls.
And now coach not happy with the passing of Arterio Morris. First free throw, no good. Neither team shooting particularly well from the field. 31% for Texas Southern, 33% for the Wildcats, although the Wildcats 4 of 8 from beyond the arc is the reason they are winning this game. And Tyler Andrews, who's only played 11 minutes of this first half, leads the Wildcats in points with 8.
This is some low-scoring basketball we have right here. Still feels pretty cold for both teams.
Johnson with 10 to shoot. Across to Arterio with 8. Morris the crossover, gets inside. No foul called, but out of bounds. The Wildcats will still have it with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Feeling very stingy with these foul calls. We're already talking about them.
Andrews is going to come back in for Jordan Johnson. I'd expect with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, they're going to run. Well, no, they got Tyler Andrews inbounding, so I wonder who's going to be the recipient of the catch and shoot here.
I still think they'll be able to pass it to him, and he'll jump back in.
Willoughby into the corner, puts it up. No, and Quentin Hetty couldn't secure the rebound. Texas Southern out rebounding the Wildcats 15-13 in the first half. Hupstead Mismatch against Willoughby. Kicks it out for Roberts. His three-pointer off the back iron. Gorecki elevates for the rebound and jams it on the putback. The Wildcats don't have a big in the game. And Gorecki taking advantage. And it's 22-21 Texas Southern. Wildcats have missed 5 of their last 6 shots.
And my keys to the game were to run through the place, right through the post.
Morris trying to find Bland. He does. In the corner for Willoughby. Now Quentin Hetty. Off balance, air ball. Bland throws it back and into the backcourt. That'll be a shot clock violation. The Wildcats discombobulated on offense.
Oh, that's my word, Mike. You would think the way that the Wildcats are playing right now, we would be down by so many points, but it's realistically only 1.
Well, that's because, I mean, Texas Southern has missed some really wide open shots.
And that's been our saving grace right now. Because, all right.
So Jacoby Hetty comes back in after playing the opening 12 minutes and sitting for about 6. Got attended to by the trainer at the end of the bench as well. They throw it up for Hupstead. He goes straight at Quentin. The floater, good on the hook.
Great footwork, though, I can tell you that.
Hupstead's second bucket of the game. He was 1 for 4 previously, now 2 for 5 from the floor. 3-point lead for Texas Southern. Timeout Wildcats. And I'm assuming that the team wearing gold is about to get an earful from Coach Theus.
And I'm talking about when he's calm and cool and composed, that's when he's scared.
The Clay Cats are back at Sunnyland Park. It's softball season. Come catch Bethune-Cookman softball this Wednesday, February 11th, as they host North Dakota State for the 2026 home opener. Admission is free. If you can't make it to the park, it'll be live for free on youtube.com/CatEye Network or bcuathletics.com/radio. This is a Texas Southern team that started conference play 0-3 and then have won 5 of their last 7 games with wins against Mississippi Valley, Alcorn State, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, and Florida A&M. Their only loss during that time was to Prairie View and Jackson State.
Right.
And the Wildcats, without Dr. Bradley, have been doing a fair job defensively, but the offense have struggled.
We have an opportunity to be better, but we just need to find out what's our edge against Texas Southern. What's going to be the standing piece defensive-wise? Because right now, they're stopping us from being able to penetrate the paint. We can't do that. They're forcing us to take 3-point shots.
Yeah, but our edge early on was Tyler Andrews getting those 3-pointers. And
him driving in even at least.
Yeah, but then Andrews has been out for the majority of the last 10 minutes. He's now back in alongside Jacoby Hetty, Arterio Morris, Quentin Hetty, and Ariel Bland.
Now this is a spot I could get with too as well.
It'll be Wildcat ball. 4 minutes left to go in the first half, down by 3. The largest deficit for the Wildcats was 4 early on in the ballgame at 6-2. Arterio off a curl screen, working on Gorecki. Bullies his way in, no good. Bland has to throw it back to the top. Ahead of steam for Quentin, and he'll go to the line.
He's so energetic when he goes straight down the line, man. The type of energy you don't just see with all those players.
Quentin Hetty had 17 points on Saturday night, even though he didn't play most of the first half because he picked up 2 quick fouls.
Oh, he's going to rack them up real quick.
Since the Wildcats have been in the SWAC, it's 2-2 against Texas Southern. The Wildcats won last year on the road in Houston. Last year was a bit of a down year for Texas Southern men's basketball, only went 15-17. There was a stretch in the early 2020s when they were dominant on the SWAC tournament in 2021, 2022, and 2023. And then when they got upset in 2024, they went to the CIT. But Johnny Jones has a legacy of winning in the SWAC and a legacy of kind of I don't want to use the term sandbagging, but not playing to their full potential in the regular season and then getting to the tournament and just turning it on for that week.
He saves them. That's like his secret power. Makes you think
Our esteemed colleague Bryce Wojnowski used to call the SWAC men's basketball tournament the Texas Southern Invitational.
Yeah.
Because they would win it every year. Only 1 of 2 at the line for Quentin Hetty, so the Wildcats down by 2, 24-21. Texas Southern with the ball, 3.5 to go, first half.
Be careful of that pull those players.
Bortles driving in, layup, no good. And another foul as Jacoby Hetty hits the deck again after getting the rebound. And that will send him to the line for 2 shots, as that's 10 fouls.
On them. That was quick. It's not something that I really expected to see Texas Southern go, but they've been playing really aggressive this entire game.
The Wildcats only have 5. Nobody with more than 2, but Hupstead, Weisinger, Hayes, and Posey all have 2 fouls for Texas Southern. Gruzon has 2 and Bland has 2 for the Wildcats, so a bit concerning with both Wildcat big men getting 2 fouls early on. And early on Saturday night, when the shot wasn't falling for Jacoby Hetty, what did he do? Well, he got it back at the free throw line. He shot 18 free throws on Saturday night, made 14 of them.
Are we seeing a press here from the Wildcats?
It's a bit of a token. It's a bit of a token press.
Yeah.
As we're tied at 24 now. Anderson out on the logo, hands to Mortal. Rifled to Roberts. Roberts around the screen, gets to the baseline, pulls up over Bland. No good, another rebound for Posey. He goes right at Quentin and get his shot rejected by Tyler Andrews from the backside.
I think he was waiting on that one.
Tyler Andrews only has 6 blocks on the season. That was one of them.
1 by 1.
12 to shoot for Texas Southern here.
High and wide.
They have to go all the way up top to Roberts with 10. Roberts takes the 3, good. Bryce Roberts, now 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. He's got 8 points. Jacoby Hetty takes the contact. The putback is there from Bland.
I love that little part he does. Could always expect him to get out there.
Now the teams are flowing back and forth here with under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
He definitely turned on the Jets.
Mortal on the handoff from Anderson. Posey up top. So Roberts, who just hit that last 3. Around the screen, switched onto by Bland. The pick and roll with Gurecki. Back to Roberts. He takes a moving 3, in and out. The tip is there from Mortal as the Texas Southern Tigers continue to dominate on the offensive glass.
Mike, like I said earlier, this is going to be a back and forth game between both teams. They match up extremely well.
10-4 on points in the paint in favor of Texas Southern. Ontario Morris almost turns the ball over again. The spin from Quentin Hetty, and Gurecki says, get that out of here.
Block for block, shot for shot.
The Wildcats are having trouble dealing with the length of the 6'10 Canadian Jordan Gurecki.
And I knew that that was going to be a problem when I was watching warm-ups. I was like, you got to build that as well, that he could probably handle that post by himself. If they really wanted to, they could run a 4-1.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Carnage underneath as Ontario slips down and couldn't handle the pass.
No, they need to wipe some towels that need to be down there, because there is no way that 2 players back-to-back just slipped in that same area.
Wow.
And that was a great play that was about to be ran too.
Morris was wide open. He just slipped and couldn't get the ball. We're glad that Ontario is okay. Seneca Willoughby's going to check back in. It's going to be for Andrews. He points his chest going, me?
Yeah, I know y'all seen that meme with Drewski. He's pointing at him when he was at the Kanye concert.
Again, coming up at halftime, we'll have a on-court ceremony to honor the SWAC champion men's baseball team. And then we'll have an interview up here in the broadcast booth with head coach Jonathan Hernandez before they kick their season off coming up this Friday.
Yep.
At Jackie Robinson Ballpark against Bradley at 7 p.m. 1:51 to go first half. They're finished wiping the floor down there. Mortal trying to get it in. He lofts it up. Whistle and a foul called on Quentin Hetty. And he'll pick up his first. Wildcats ran that deny really well. This time, Texas Southern gets it in. Seneca tries to deny Anderson. Anderson spins past him into the front court. Kick to the corner, deflected, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Texas Southern Tigers, I believe. Still no signal yet, and it'll stay with the Tigers. Coach Thea still in the ear of the referee on the near sideline. Posey makes the catch over Hetty off the baseline in. Goes straight into him. And throwing it out of bounds is Dwayne Posey.
Great defense by the Wildcats. They really are playing themselves, if you think about it.
And we have said on Hail Wildcats Radio, on this broadcast, I mean, I've said it to people off air, the only team that can beat this Bethune-Cookman team in the SWAC is themselves.
It's literally themselves.
And right now, it has not been a very good performance. Just shooting 28% from the floor in the first half. Still down by 3. Quentin Hetty, left open for 3, won't take it. To Jacoby at the nail. Bounce pass to Bland. Jacoby gets it back. Hetty on the drive, the spin, the fade away. Off the iron, no. Quentin Hetty couldn't secure the rebound. Gorecki had it, knocked away, and it's
he likes that little
Texas Southern ball. Wildcats might want to review this. Unfortunately, I think it's pretty clear that it's Texas Southern ball. I don't like this review.
Who's asking for the review, though?
It was Coach Theus.
Oh, I hope we did not just waste a review on that. Yes.
And they're going to go to the monitor for a review.
We're going to lose a timeout if that's not the case.
Wildcats, 1 of their last 10 from the floor.
Something has to change. Honestly, right now, I think this is what he's talking about inside this timeout right now. What's not working? We've tried different players and different combinations to see what's going to be able to get the Wildcats to at least penetrate it, because they cannot penetrate that paint for nothing right now. And right now, we're not in a position where we should be shooting threes. So maybe let's move for the mid-rangers, pump fake a mid-ranger, and rely on our post players down there to get an easy layup. Since we can't, draw our defenders out.
Yeah, because the drive has not been working. So what is Texas Southern doing defensively to deny the drives from the Wildcats?
It's nothing different that they've been doing. They've just been playing it better, if that makes sense. And they're playing stronger as well. You know, I've been saying these last couple games, high and wide. Arms are all the way out. Arms are straight up. And they're very aggressive as well. And we played this game before, Mike. This is nothing new to us. So I'm hoping that whenever they come back from halftime, they're able to see they're not, I don't want to say they're not really of a competition, but if they really lock in and play Wildcat ball, they're going to be great.
On Saturday, the Wildcats didn't play very well, but were tied at the half, 36-36.
Yeah.
Now we're down 3 with 1:09 to go in the first half.
We've been at down by 3 for a good 2 or 3 minutes now.
Well, the call on the floor was overturned. It is Wildcat ball, so
he has some great eyes, because I didn't see that.
I guess it was a good call for Coach Theus to challenge that. So the Wildcats will get the ball, 1:09 to go, down 3. They have only made 1 of their last 10 shots from the floor.
Seneca is wide open. There's nobody on him.
Now Bryce Roberts is going to fade towards him. And we're going to go back to the monitor now. Not sure what's going on as the teams go back to their benches. And now we'll go back to the floor. I'm not sure what happened there. The consequences of us not being down near the floor, we can't hear what's being said.
One day, Mike, one day.
So the Wildcats will have a baseline in, 1:09 to go. Ariel Bland in the corner, being leaned on. Back to the top for Seneca. Willoughby looking for Quentin in the paint. Goes to Bland, throws it up for Quentin. And he got fouled on the reach-in
Love it.
by Bryce Roberts, and that'll bring him to the free throw line.
How many is that on Bryce?
That is the first on Roberts. 2 on Hupstead, 2 on Weisinger, 2 on Hayes, 2 on Posey. And for the Wildcats, 2 on Ruzon, 2 on Bland. Nobody else on either side with more than 1. And of course, the Wildcats in the double bonus, so Quentin Heddy will go to the free throw line.
Grecky only has 1?
Grecky does have 1, yes.
If I was Bryce and Grecky would be on my radar.
Gorecki, out of the Toronto area, Markham, Canada, has started each of the last 4 games, didn't start the season that way, hasn't scored more than 4 points in a game this season.
Yeah.
Averaging just 1.1 points and 2 rebounds.
Might have to.
Cats down by 1 after Quentin Heddy hit both free throws.
I don't like that exposed paint. He's wide open.
Yep, going back to that same man defense we saw on Saturday, and the Wildcats get punished.
There should be no man defense at this time. Like, we don't have our best defender at all. Let's stay in the zone and play hard.
Under a minute to go, 32 seconds left. Texas Southern will go 2 for 1 here as the Wildcats have about a 11-second different shot clock to game clock. The slip, the kick. Quentin Heddy, the backdoor to Ariel Bland, flying in for the dunk off the pass is Jacoby Heddy.
Amazing, Mike.
That's the ball movement the Wildcats wanted. Cats down by 1, lost the ball.
Oh, we know what energy
Here comes
this is.
Jacoby. He got fouled. Well, it's been kind of a sleepy atmosphere at Moore Gymnasium, and that last couple of plays got the fans out of their seats.
It definitely knocked the melatonin out of us, Mike. Absolutely did.
And now the Wildcats from nowhere have a chance to tie or take the lead going into the break with 1 second left. And Jacoby Heddy at the line. Oh my goodness, missed the first one. He is 7th in the SWAC in free throw percentage, Jacoby Heddy, 81.8. But he missed 4 of them on Saturday, and that's his first miss tonight. Did get the second one. We are tied at 31.
Just like
1.6 to go. Gorecki fires away from half court and misses. And for the second game in a row, it is tied at halftime.
Yes. Like we said earlier, Mike, this is the time where the Wildcats usually start to heat up and, you know, see where their flaws were at and how they're able to fix it. But right now, we got to get back into the drawing board. But that same energy we ended off with, let's come in with it.
Texas Southern is playing a very physical game with the Wildcats right now.
Especially Roberts.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get called for as many offensive fouls.
And the Wildcats haven't really responded to it in kind. They're getting bumped off their spots. They're not playing solid defense.
You know what I also think is the moment we start playing aggressive, they start calling fouls though. And that's, in my opinion, I feel like that's the case. The Wildcats really do want to play aggressive, but since I'm so sorry, their roster is not as stacked right now, you know, they have no choice but to play that.
So, the Wildcats at the half shooting under 30%, 26.9. We'll get you through the full stats at the end of the break. We're going to have some presentations down on the floor, including the baseball team, and after that, we'll come up here for an interview with Johnny Hernandez. So, come right back, and we'll have an interview with Coach Hernandez right here on the CatEye Radio Network.
by head coach Laura Watson, the athletic academic coordinator Tony Fields, the softball team achieved a 3.51 true GPA at its fall, with 8 athletes making the president's list. Hannah Bigham, Emma Bradley City, Rebecca Mitchell, Janelle Morrissey, Micaiah Rock, Haley Sutton, Queen Tawala, and Ivy Ishiki. Led by head coach Raymond Woody Jr. and the athletic academic coordinator Myron.
Welcome back to Moore Gymnasium. It's 31-31, Bethune-Cookman and Texas Southern. At the break, I'm now joined by Bethune-Cookman head baseball coach Jonathan Hernandez. Coach, it's almost that time again. You guys open the season this Friday against Bradley at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. But let's look back on last season for one last time before the 2026 season gets going. 2025 SWAC champions, back to a regional for the first time in over a decade. As you look back and have had time to reflect on last season, what are your thoughts?
No, I mean, just obviously an exceptional year, right? But it couldn't be done without the work of our assistant coaches, right, that work alongside with me. Obviously, Coach Cartaya, Coach Sanchez, and Coach Allen. And we added Coach Vasquez, Peter Vasquez, who's an alumni of BCU. He's going to be with us for the coaching staff and all the student athletes that we had. Just fortunate, man, to have an experience that's going to last, a lifetime, and to bring some more pride to Bethune-Cookman and the athletic department as well is something that, I kind of take with me as we kind of turn the page to 2026.
Over the last couple of weeks, the Wildcat baseball team has been getting some national attention. Just recently, 11.7 listed you as one of their top mid-major schools in the country, and you're also picked to finish first in the SWAC in the preseason rankings that just came out this morning. What pressure does that put on you and your team going into the year?
Well, I think pressure, right, is a privilege, right? That means that, we're doing everything that we need in order to take care of stuff on the field. So, it's great to garner the national attention. It's great that, we're voted, #1 preseason, but at the end of the day, it is a preseason, right? There's no games being played, during this time that all that voting happens. But I think that speaks to the work of our student athletes in our baseball program and the assistant coaches that I'm fortunate and blessed to have here on staff here at Bethune. So just looking forward to it. And, again, it should be another exciting year of Wildcat baseball.
And one of the reasons I think that the voters looked upon you so highly is the retention. You returned 7 of the 9 starters from that team last year, a good majority of the pitching staff as well. How important in this ever-changing college sports landscape where players are going left and right here and there, 5 schools in 5 years, and when you have a core like that has stayed through multiple years, how important is that?
I think it's huge, man. I mean, obviously the continuity on the coaching staff. I keep bringing up the coaching staff because these guys have done a phenomenal job, during their tenure here at Bethune, and the continuity of the roster, right? It's more of we don't have to start from scratch, with every year. We've been burned with the portal, but I think that speaks volumes of the culture and the program building that we're doing here at Bethune. And again, man, I'm just so fortunate to have, all the returners came back. And, for us here at Bethune, right, we don't rebuild, we reload. And we feel very confident in the guys that we brought in order to reload our baseball program for what could be a really great year.
Now, for those people listening that don't follow all the recruiting and all the off-season noise and all that, tell me some names. Who should Wildcat Nation be excited about that you've brought in this year?
Well, I mean, I think the highlight, right, is Justin Morales. Justin Morales is a right-handed pitcher from Aruba. He actually got selected to, represent the Team Netherlands at the World Baseball Classic in a couple of weeks down in Miami. So, that's a name to follow. You got Harbiston Abreu is another right-handed pitcher from Tallahassee Community College. Eric Almonte is a senior infielder that transferred in from UCF. I mean, the list goes on and on. But again, it's going to take everybody, for us to be able to accomplish something that we want. But, for us, our focus right now is to get after that practice tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, to be ready to go on Friday.
Thank you for your time, Coach, and congratulations to all your student athletes that were honored for their academic achievements here at halftime. We'll see you on Friday for the home opener.
You got it. Hail Wildcats.
Welcome back to Moore Gymnasium. It's tied at halftime, 31-31 between Texas Southern and Bethune-Cookman. It's the second game in a row on this homestand where the Wildcats and their opponents have been tied at the break. Let's get you through the stats here at halftime. We'll start with Texas Southern. Bryce Roberts leads the way with 8 points, 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 4 from downtown. Anderson has 7, most of those on his 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Hupstead has 5, Posey has 5, Mortal has 4, and Gorecki has 2. And for Bethune-Cookman, Tyler Andrews leads the way with 8, Daniel Ruzon has 6, Jacoby Hetty has just 5 after scoring 30 on Saturday night. Quentin Hetty has 5, Seneca Willoughby has 3, Ontario Morris 2, and Ariel Bland 2. Team stats look like this. Texas Southern has more rebounds, 20-19. Both teams have 8 offensive rebounds. Second chance points favor the Tigers, 11-9. Both teams have turned the ball over 6 times. The Wildcats have cashed in 6 points off turnovers to the Tigers, just 3. Fast break points, 5-1 in favor of Bethune-Cookman. Blocks, 2-1 in favor of Texas Southern. Steals, 4-1 in favor of the Wildcats. Points in the paint in favor of Texas Southern, 14-6. Remember, the Wildcats had 50 paint points on Saturday in the win, and we talked about it before the halftime break, Sabrina. The Texas Southern's doing a great job of denying the Wildcats paint access and forcing them to take tough shots.
And honestly, right now, I think hopefully when they were inside the locker room, they talked about how are they going to be able to pull out the defending team to expose the little bit of paint so we can get some action down there. Because that's the only thing that's been stopping us from the point.
Shooting splits look like this for Texas Southern. They are 11 of 29 from the floor. That's 37.9%. 2 of 8 on their threes for 25%. And 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 77%. For Bethune-Cookman, just 29.6% from the floor, 8 of 27. Buoyed by 4 of 9 from beyond the arc. 2 threes for Tyler Anderson, 1 each for Ruzon and Willoughby. They got to knock down threes with more regularity if they want to stay in this game in the second half. And from the free throw line, 11 of 14, 78.6%. They're getting to the free throw line. They have 5 more free throw attempts than Texas Southern does, but they've made only 3 more than Texas Southern.
Honestly, going through the scoring with you right now and looking at their stats, it's pretty even out. Like you said earlier, it's a well spread out game with those teams. We just really have to calm down. This is the time that I honestly wouldn't even do no fast breaks. I wouldn't even take it there. I'd take my time and run some plays. See what's opening up out there, you know. Take the 30 seconds and really use it to the down to the team.
Neither team is led by more than 5 in this very close contest. Let's go around the SWAC. It's Grambling State and Alabama A&M. Grambling State 20, Alabama A&M 27. 3 minutes to go in the first half there. Jackson State 55. Arkansas Pine Bluff 80. My goodness, it's a molly-whopping in Arkansas as UAPB up 80-56 on Jackson State with 3 minutes to go in that contest. Prairie View A&M trails Florida A&M at the half 56-34. Florida A&M shooting the lights out of the building. 90% on threes, 9 of 10, and 64% overall. They are blowing out Prairie View in Tallahassee.
I hate to say it, the Rattlers have been really slowly easing their way or slithering their way up these conference plays, especially with a high percentage three-point plays that they do have.
It's just underway between Mississippi Valley State and Alcorn State. We'll check back on that later. And Southern against Alabama State has not yet started. Coming into today, the standings in the SWAC look like this. Bethune-Cookman 9-1, Arkansas Pine Bluff 7-3, just 2 games back. So you got to keep winning to keep Pine Bluff off your back.
Yeah, and they're really projected to be the underdog team to come up. You know, they thought it was going to be FAMU, they thought it was going to be A&M, but really, I think it might just be Arkansas because they've been consistent this past time.
And that was really the toughest game of the Wildcats season so far. Down by 16, had to come back, force overtime. The Pine Bluff's top 2 scorers fouled out in that game that allowed the Wildcats to come back. So I think they're our biggest threat right now.
Other than ourselves, I can agree with you.
Southern at 6-4, Jackson State at 6-4, Grambling State 5-4, 3 teams at 5-5, Texas Southern, Florida A&M, and Alabama A&M. Prairie View A&M at 4-6, as does Alabama State. Alcorn at 3-7, and Mississippi Valley 0-9. That is coming into today's contest. Texas Southern will start with the ball wearing the all maroon, trimmed in gray, going left to right. The Wildcats in the all gold with a big white stripe down the side, trimmed in maroon, will go right to left here in the second half. All to play for. 31-31 here at Moore Gym, and we are underway.
Clear slate.
Wildcats start off in the 2-3 zone.
Hupstead has been extremely vocal this entire game.
Roberts, the three. He's third of the night. He's 3 for 5 from beyond the arc.
That right side of the arc, every single time, it doesn't matter what side of the court he is in, it's going to go in.
Wildcats trying to respond. Here's Jacoby Hetty faking the three, lost the ball, it'll stay with BCU. There's been a lot of that for the Wildcats.
Yes.
The drive and then losing the ball or throwing it out of bounds on a pass. Texas Southern, while they may have been tied going into the break, finished really strong. They've hit 4 of their last 5 from the field over the halftime break. Ruzon against Gorecki, takes a bump, goes at him, misses short, Gorecki the rebound. He has really dominated Ruzon in the paint tonight.
He has some competition this season. Oh, what a pass.
Roberts, the extra pass. Here's Hupstead, back to Roberts. Can he stay hot? No, oh yes! Wow, that touched every part of the rim and the glass, and then the Wildcats turn it over. Open look for 3 for Weisinger, and maybe he should have slowed it down. Cross-court pass, down low Ruzon. Wildcats trying to score for the first time in the second half, down by 6 immediately. Ruzon, mid-range jumper, no. Wildcats up against it now.
6-point now.
And remember when it was tied, here goes Weisinger, got his shot rejected into the hands of Willoughby by Ruzon. Willoughby looking for a pass, slings it to Andrews. He steps into a transition 3, no.
Why is nobody jumping?
Remember when it was tied at the half on Saturday, the Wildcats came out and really blitzed Prairie View early in the second half. We're seeing the reverse of it right now as Texas Southern is all over the Cats.
Because I'm looking and I'm trying to compare a game to Texas Southern, and it's us. That's how we play. Multiple passes, fast pace, one-hand touch. Come on now.
The step back from Weisinger rattles out the offensive board for Gorecki.
Are you kidding me?
Zaire Hayes driving in. Nice straight-up defense by Andrews.
Great call by Seneca to calm the play down and run some plays.
There's that rip-through move for the foul, not on the shot. So it'll be a baseline in for the Wildcats. It's looking like one of those games where Jacoby Hetty might have to go off again. He had 30 on Saturday. Tyler Andrews leads the way for the Wildcats with 8. Bryce Roberts up to 14 after hitting 2 early threes here in the second half.
A very physical game, like you said, in the first half, Mike.
Wildcats scoreless for the last 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And in that time, it's a 6-0 run for Texas Southern. Ruzon in traffic, kick out, extra pass. Andrews wide open for 3. Kaboom! There's the ball movement.
There's what we're looking for. And honestly, that may be our saving grace if we take our time and really, really pass our ball.
Tyler Andrews up to 11 points. He's got the lead for the Wildcats. Directly the hand to Weisinger.
Aggressive picks that are being set by Texas Southern right now.
Weisinger drives in, throws it back up top to Zaire Hayes. Hayes across to Weisinger, around the screen. Switched onto by Ruzon. Weisinger drives, gets to the baseline, underneath the basket, throws to the top. Hayes with 1 to shoot, gets it up. Oh, and he scores it on the floater. And they're going to review to see if they got it off in time.
I think it was a millisecond after.
That was very close.
Very, very close.
The call on the floor is the basket is good, and it is 39 to 34. All Texas Southern here at the start of the second half. The Tyler Andrews 3, the only Wildcat points. And we haven't talked much about turnovers in this game. Both teams have turned the ball over 7 times, but the points off turnovers favor the Wildcats 6-3. although it really doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, and honestly, like we said earlier before, we were trying to see what was going to be able to work for us, and how are we going to be able to make sure that we can penetrate the post as much as we want to. And right now, it's looking like if we can continue to pass the balls and create some open lane space for them, then we should be able to make those open shots that we're usually known to make.
I'm looking at the replay right now. It's slowed down with Zaire Hayes right at the end of the shot clock on that floater. I will say, it is very close. It could go either way.
Yeah, so really it's up to the rest if they want to give it to them or not.
Yeah, and I think what is most important is that the call on the floor was the basket is good. You have to have clear evidence to overturn, and from what I saw on the replay monitor, there wasn't clear evidence to overturn. But we'll see. I didn't think the Wildcats had the ball in that out-of-bounds play earlier, and they did, so. So the Wildcats either down by 9, or sorry, down by 5, or down by 3, and the basket is good. And that's probably one of those not enough evidence to overturn type situations.
The basket went in.
Those were the first 2 points of the night for Zaire Hayes, normally averaging 10.3 per game. Wildcats down by 5. Their largest deficit of the night was 6 at 37-31. Jacoby Hetty across to Ruzon, and Hetty playing the two-man game. Hetty pulls up short, and Quinton can't get to the rebound. Oh boy, Wildcats 5 of 12 from downtown. That's just 29%. 5 of their 9 field goals have been threes.
Not a game that the Wildcats, this is probably going to be a film game.
Here's Roberts, the hot hand at the moment, directly at the top of the key, who's imposed his will on the game. Weisinger working on Jacoby Hetty. Changes the play with 10 to shoot. Goes left around the screen. Tries to throw it back to Gorecki. And Jacoby Hetty bats the ball out of play. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Watch the elevator for Roberts here to try and get him open. Weisinger the kick. Hayes with the 3 at the end. Barely ticked the rim.
Roberts is running that floor down. I'm talking about he has been vocal, efficient, all over the place.
Down low, Jacoby foul. Nice bullet pass from Quinton to find his brother underneath.
These are the points that are going to be able to count for us.
And a really underappreciated part of Jacoby Hetty's game is just the way he gets to the foul line in situations where there's really no way he's scoring from there, double team down low, but he knows how to manipulate his body and manipulate the referee's eyes in a way to get him back to the free throw line.
Yeah, and his brother has the same type of style, but he's kind of more sneakier with it, if that makes sense.
That's why Jacoby Hetty has shot over 150 free throws this season.
So it's efficient, it works.
Basketball returns to Moore Gymnasium Thursday, February 19th, as BCU men's and women's basketball takes on Alabama State in a doubleheader beginning at 5:30 p.m. Student admission is always free, or you can get your tickets today at bcuathletics.com/tickets. Can't make it to the game? Watch every moment free on youtube.com/CatEye Network, or listen live at bcuathletics.com/radio. Follow the Cats like never before and listen to every CatEye Network broadcast live for free. Just head to bcuathletics.com/radio on your computer or mobile device to hear the hometown radio call of every Wildcat home game and select road games for free. Don't miss a second of the action. That's bcuathletics.com/radio. And you hear that says select road games. Follow us on social media, especially BCU Diamond Cats on social media.
Yes.
Because a lot of those road games are close enough to where I can get down there and do the radio for those, especially when we play teams like FAU, FIU, Stetson, UNF. We play all the Florida schools.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun, and baseball down south is always a time.
If you missed the interview with Coach Hernandez at halftime, was one of the Wildcat baseball players going to the World Baseball Classic to represent Team Netherlands. So we'll miss the start of the Wildcats season, but for a pretty good reason. Wow, that's another miss for Jacoby Hetty. He has been really off this weekend from the free throw line, which is where he gets a majority of his points, as I mentioned right before the media timeout. It was 1 for 2 there.
Nice trap by the Wildcats.
Wildcats down by 4. Roberts attacking Ruzon. Ruzon backs him off. Weisinger around the double high screen, switched by Quentin Hetty. Weisinger gets past Quentin into the paint, the no-look pass to the corner, wide open for 3, good for Zaire Hayes.
Y'all left him over there? He did.
3 for 6 on threes in the second half for Texas Southern. 2 by Roberts, 1 by Hayes, and the Tigers have their largest lead of the night at 42-35. Quentin Hetty finds Jacoby. Jacoby rips through, across to Seneca, 10 to shoot. The screen by Ruzon, the pass to Quentin Hetty. He takes the right wing 3, no good. Rebound grabbed by Hayes.
I don't know, Mike, it's not.
Hayes, coast to coast, layup through traffic, and the contact, he got it. It's a 9-point Tiger lead, and the Wildcat fans are stunned. Tyler Andrews takes a step back 3, in and out. Ruzon, that's probably gonna be a foul on Ruzon. It is not, it's a foul on Gorecki. I'm surprised, I thought they were gonna get that one on Daniel. And it's not gonna be a shooting foul.
But it'll be a place. Who did they just take out? Okay, Tyler. Tyler for Terrio.
I think they need Terrio's defense right now.
And the way he moves as well, too.
Ruzon on the low block against Gorecki. They just got to get him an ISO play to try if he can do something. And Gorecki blocked it.
He's short.
What a game by Gorecki, even though it doesn't really show it on the counting stats. 2 points, 2 blocks, 5 rebounds.
Ariel's probably going to come in for...
Weisinger, the nifty move for the up and under. I'm surprised that's not a timeout by the Wildcats, as it's an 11-point Texas Southern lead, one of the largest deficits in conference play for Bethune-Cookman. It is 15-4 here in the second half.
What's not working?
Everything. Terrio, the kick.
I'm telling you, they are...
Ruzon pulls up, got it blocked by Gorecki again. They need to stop going to it.
Like, it's like what I'm seeing, right here, what I'm seeing. Texas Southern is playing this 1-2-1 play, 1-2-2-1 play, where it's like there's one person in the back, one person in the front, and every single time we try to penetrate that paint, they crash. Everybody collides in the mid-side.
Shot clock violation. Wildcats had no idea what was going on.
I didn't either.
This is the first time I've ever seen the Wildcats this season look lost.
Yes.
They look lost on both sides of the floor. Have no idea what to do. And we talk about the importance of that top 2 seed getting the double bye all the way to Wednesday at the SWAC tournament. Wildcats in a good position at 9-1, but it's going to take a massive effort to come back in this one with nothing working on either side of the floor right now. The elevator for Hayes. 10 to shoot. Hayes tries to stay hot and misses short.
Take your time, Terrio.
There's a foul away from the ball as Jacoby Hetty crashes to the ground again. That'll be a foul on Zaire Hayes.
This is literally the same game that we went against on Saturday.
That's his 3rd, Hayes. He joins Roberts and Gorecki both with 3 fouls. Jacoby Hetty gets past Hayes. Tries to muscle it through, no good.
Wow, this is probably the most physical team that we've played all conference.
Yep. I mean, Southern was kind of like this. They had a couple players, but Texas Southern, their whole team.
I just think Southern had great defense, but they've been playing physical. The defense ain't even all that for real. It's just they are strong.
Weisinger, the mismatch on Bland, falling away. No, Gorecki tried to fly in for the dunk, and he stepped out of bounds on the rebound.
He loves that like opposing team pass every single time, but it works. It works.
Wildcats are 1 for 10 from the floor in the second half, getting outscored 15-4. Their only bucket was a Tyler Andrews 3. Band trying to do their best to
keep the spirits alive.
It's shell shock right now. Still plenty of time left. 12:40, but on momentum right now, it is all Texas Southern. They're looking for a 2-0 sweep of the Florida schools on the road. Hetty crashes to the ground again, lost the ball. Weisinger coast to coast. Morris fouled him.
The foul is on Bethune-Cookman, number 1, on program Mark. That's first.
Tyler going in.
Wildcats scoreless for over 3 minutes. A 7-0 run, plus these for Texas Southern. As I mentioned, the Wildcats 1 for 10 from the floor in the second half. Texas Southern 50%, 6 for 12.
Not our best game, Mike. Not our best game at all.
No. How much do you think fatigue plays into it, right? The Wildcats just 8 active players right now due to injuries.
It plays into it a lot because remember, I used to brag and boast about us having fresh legs on the bench. If we ever get to this point, we'd be able to sub somebody out and put somebody in. But we're not necessarily at a position where we can do that right now.
Weisinger hits both, 13 points the lead for Texas Southern.
Roberts, when I tell you he is running that court down there, being vocal, telling his players where to go, calling out those fouls, and he's fast.
Wildcats run into each other,
it's
and another turnover as Hetty lost the ball. Weisinger lost it, got it back, couldn't put it up. Andrews lost it right to Posey, and then Hetty got it. He runs the floor, finds Andrews, bumping bodies, no, loose on the ground. Andrews gets it to the corner for Hetty. Ball out of bounds, it belongs to the Wildcats in one of the wildest sequences of the season as we have the under 12 media timeouts.
Mike, it took everything in me not to just wild out. Because what was that? Like, honestly, let's really talk about it right now here. What is going on with the Wildcats where our pieces are not together? You know what I mean? We haven't played like this since the beginning of the season. We haven't played like this at all, honestly, you know? This is something we're not used to. More gymnasiums not used to, and I know, sure, Coach is not used to as well.
Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at Nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest, featuring all new items. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to BCUathletics.com and click on shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's BCUathletics.com and click on shop. And Texas Southern is putting a blueprint on film for how to beat this Bethune-Cookman team.
And I hate it.
And they're doing a really good job, right? You have to praise them.
Yes.
Because they're playing really well defensively. They're packing in the paint, not allowing the Wildcats to get into the post. They only have 6 paint points.
I think this is the perfect word to use, disrupt. Like, they really did come in here and disrupt everything that we worked for, as it's for our offense and for our defense. And even if Doc was in the game right now, I still think it would have been a little bit more tougher as well, too. You know, he has some bodies down there that he has to be able. Grecky, of course, that's another person that reminds me of our last player at JSC last year that was really putting BCU at a position where it's been struggling for us in the paint. We don't really have much depth there, so when we get to the paint, we have to make it work or find some way to draw that foul.
The Wildcats on the season shoot 45.9% from the floor. That's #1 in the SWAC. Tonight, just 9 of 38 23.7% from the floor. They have 4 points, and we're almost halfway through the second half. 4 points in the second half so far.
This is not a game where I'm smiling. I don't know if y'all ever seen that meme with Stephen A. Smith. I'm not happy right now.
Texas Southern making a statement on the road. This is the time of year where Johnny Jones gets his teams playing at an elite level. That's a foul. There's going to be some bruises on Jacoby Hetty.
I tell you what, he's going to need an ice bath in the morning because he has been all over that floor.
They've played a very physical style, Texas Southern. I mean, they have 17 personal fouls. But it's working, and it's completely disrupted the Wildcats.
They're playing physical, but when they play physical, I'm trying to figure out why do they don't get caught for fouls. But as soon as we turn up the heat, the refs want to just, you know, be able to blow that whistle and call a spade, I guess.
Willoughby to Jacoby Hetty. He's tried to do a lot tonight and probably too much. Morris, the up fake into a double team, gets to inside the free throw line and finally scores. Only his second bucket of the night, breaks a 4:23 scoreless streak for the Wildcats. It's a long way back over the next 10 minutes for Bethune-Cookman. But it has to start on the defensive end, where Texas Southern is shooting 50% from the floor in the second half. Bryce Roberts to Anderson, who's just checked in for the first time in half number 2. Baseline jumper, short, rebound Hetty. That was Hupstead that took the jumper. Jacoby to the baseline.
Nice little 3-1.
Morris takes the 3, no! And the box out good again. Wildcats 5 for 14 on their threes tonight. Texas Southern can afford to slow this way down. Anderson driving, gets the foul called.
Gotta be able to shift and move with your arms open. It's the best way that I can say right now, play high and wide, because they're gonna call the fouls on us.
First foul picked up by Tyler Andrews. And it's not the entire differential, but the Wildcats have really hurt themselves at the free throw line, 12 of 16. Meanwhile, 9 of 11 for Texas Southern, plus these for Anderson. First one good. He's one of their best free throw shooters at 72%. Alex Anderson, all the way back in high school, was a Mr. Basketball finalist in Tennessee, but he's been all over the place. Started at South Alabama, then Alabama State, then and last year was the top scorer on Incarnate Word in the Southland Conference. Gets 2 of 2 there.
Something that's sticking out to me the most is the communication that Texas Southern have.
Oh, the Morris move, very nice.
Right up.
He's got the Wildcats' last 4. Wildcats down by 11. Weisinger, tough shot, off the glass, no. Fighting for the rebound, it comes to Seneca. Willoughby with a full head of steam to Jacoby Hetty.
More gymnasium is erupting right now.
They're trying to will their Wildcats back into this. Jacoby Hetty now up to 8 points. Another turnover. Morris all alone. Oh my goodness, he missed the layup. A battle for the loose ball comes to Seneca Willoughby. Jacoby Hetty shoots a 3. No good. Tyler Anders a rebound. Trying to secure the ball underneath. He gets it out to Jacoby in the corner. Hetty throws it up. He'll go to the line. What a wild sequence again.
That was what we needed, Mike. That's exactly what, it may have been wild, but that's exactly what we needed.
The Wildcats start turning the ball over, forcing misses.
Arterio really changed the trajectory of how things are going, leading his team to those last couple points.
And it's 3 free throws for Jacoby Hetty. Arterio Morris, over the last minute and a half, just said, I'm turning on the afterburners.
What are we doing?
Although we did miss a layup wide open. You can't do that.
At least we got the 3 back.
First one good for Jacoby. But this is how the Wildcats are going to have to climb their way back into this game. You have to force turnovers. You have to force mistakes. Also, for the second game in a row, Arterio Morris has had to change his shorts.
It's starting to become a ritual now.
And that's how hard he's playing, right?
Yeah.
He's had his shorts ripped 2 games in a row.
Yes. But I think I know what's happening here right now, Mike.
Oh, 2 of 3 for Hetty.
I knew I just said as soon as I started talking in between of it.
And it's a 7-point game. The Wildcats have cut it down to that with a 6-0 run. Need to be strong on the defensive end again. Anderson looking at Andrews. Throws the ball back to Hupstead. Hupstead driving in, throwing it up. He'll go to the free throw line. Ariel Bland protesting his innocence, and he picks up his 3rd foul. And it's starting to get heated.
Because these calls don't make any sense.
And we just had a warning given to the Texas Southern bench. First trip to the line tonight for Texas Southern's top scorer, Troy Hupstead. Hupstead, a 69.8% free throw shooter, a senior from Mount Vernon, New York. First one good. Also leads the SWAC in rebounds, Hupstead. Although he does have 11 tonight. He's ridiculous on the glass.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Especially against Daniel Louisiana as well.
Started his college career at Maryland Eastern Shore. Was the MEAC Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago, Troy Hupstead.
I have a friend over there.
Then went to UT Arlington last year and now to Texas Southern. 9 minutes to go. Wildcats back down by 9 after they had cut it to 7. They find Jacoby Hetty. Andrews open at the top of the key. Fakes the 3, drives in. Layup, good.
That's what I was talking about. The pump fake, drive in, because you're more than just a 3-point player.
Andrews leading the Wildcats tonight with 11 points. Wildcats need stops. That's not going to help. That is not going to help as Andrews falls down at the top, leaving a wide open lane for Anderson.
Yeah, it slipped, definitely slipped.
And Seneca Willoughby picks up his first foul. And Texas Southern has just had the opportunity now to keep the Wildcats at arm's range from the free throw line.
Yeah.
They have been very good, only 2 free throw misses in the game. Anderson, who's going back now, is 7 of 8 from the line tonight.
Looking like Jacoby out there.
Yeah. Anderson misses the first one. He does lead this team in assists, Alex Anderson, and field goal percentage with 53. You can see why he's such a high percentage shooter. He really loves to slash to the basket. One of 2. The lead is 8. Arterio Morris started the little Wildcat rally. Can he continue it? High weave at the top. Morris driving into a double team. The up and under move creates space with the body contact. Can't finish in the lane. It comes back to Bland. Bland up top to Hetty.
Seneca's wide open.
Bland in the corner. 10 to shoot. Seneca is open for 3. No good, short.
Nice pass.
And now
Hupstead.
30 more seconds will run off the clock here as Texas Southern slow it down. Every miss is a gut punch for the Wildcats. Arterio Morris goes down on the Anderson move. Can't finish the 3. The rebound is tapped back to Seneca. Jacoby Hetty the other way. The putback and the foul as Bland follows up.
He does this little fist move. He's such a golfer. He's such a golfer with that. But I'm starting to think there was a little bit of wet spot right over there, Mike, because now it was Tyler and Arturo that slipped in that same exact spot. That means bodies are being thrown.
Arturo Morris kind of limped off the floor there after falling down before that Anderson three-point attempt. The lead is down to 6. It has been as much as 13. The Wildcats still barely in touching distance with 7:29 to go. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on X and Instagram at BCU_Athletics. For the latest on BCU men's basketball, follow at BCU Hoops on X and Instagram. Quick look around the SWAC. It's all Alabama A&M over Grambling State, 41-28 in the first 5 minutes of the second half there. It's gone final in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Arkansas, Pine Bluff 84, Jackson State 63. UAPB continues to stay on Bethune-Cookman's heels at the top of the SWAC, and that margin will just be one game if the Wildcats can't come back in this one. Prairie View A&M has used a strong second half to try and come back on Florida A&M, but I think the deficit might be too much.
Yeah.
They're down 75-61 with 10 minutes to go there. Alcorn State all over Mississippi Valley, 32-17. And Alabama State versus Southern, I do not have stats for. That game should have started by now, but the live stats are not up for Southern and Alabama State. So Ariel Bland will go to the line for an and one after he got a putback right before the media timeouts. Arturo Morris is really talking with that official. He's got to be careful.
Yeah.
This is the first trip to the line tonight for Bland. And he got it. It is a 5-point game, 53-48.
A press being ran right here. High press. Trap.
They try and trap in the corner. Nice job to get it to Hayes. Hayes running lockstep with Morris. Morris almost forces the turnover. The double team comes again, and Anderson controls. Wildcats down by 5. Anderson goes right, switched on to by Bland.
I like this big man that top that they're playing right here.
Upstead runs the baseline. Anderson kicks it out to Roberts. 4 on the shot clock. Bryce Roberts gets in the lane and is fouled by Seneca Willoughby, I believe, is going to pick that one up. And so more free throws coming for Texas Southern as Willoughby does pick up his second foul. For all the fouls that have been called in this game, nobody's got 4 yet.
No, you would think. That's a lot of offensive fouls as well, too.
It's 19 fouls total called on Texas Southern and 10 on the Wildcats. Here are the players with 3. For Bethune-Cookman, Ariel Bland, that's it. For Texas Southern, Hupstead, Roberts, Hayes, Posey, and Gorecki. So they have a lot of fouls, but they've been spread out. As Roberts pushes it back to 6, a really good free throw shooter, 82%. Last year, he wasn't a factor really on this Texas Southern team. He was injured most of the year, only played in 7 games, Bryce Roberts. Willoughby now falls down. Morris attacks. Gets to the rim and scores.
Nice fundamental play.
Wildcats back within 5. Stops, crucial. Hayes open on the screen and 3. No, rebound to Tyler Andrews. Jacoby sizing up the defense. Andrews, long 3. Kaboom!
Goodness, Mike.
2-point game.
Heating up. That blood found his way to the outlet, Mike.
Wildcats will double Hayes. Over the top to Anderson. 6 minutes to go. Anderson against Morris. Foul called on the hook from Morris. And now some afters.
That's definitely.
Anderson and Morris going at it. And everybody will go to their benches, and we will go to a review. Wildcat Nation calling for technical fouls.
Yes, they are. T's all over our gymnasium.
I think poor Jim speaks for itself.
Yeah.
There was a, is vlogger the correct term? Somebody who travels around and goes to all different basketball gyms and reports on it in the gym on Saturday night. And I interacted with her a little bit on social media. Said she loved the experience here at Moore Gym, and says everybody should come and experience some HBCU basketball. And I agree, and probably you too, that it's the best kept secret in the country.
Yes, it's nothing like Moore Gymnasium. And even back when we were on First Take and they came over here, I think the world got a little bit of taste of what BCU really is all about.
So Ontario Morris does pick up his second personal foul, and we will go to the monitor to see what happened afterwards. So what it looks like to me is it's a little bit of a shoulder bump from Anderson to the chest, chin area of Morris after the whistle. I know the crowd got all up in arms about it, Sabrina.
Yes,
but looking at the replay, I'm not sure there's much there.
Let me get up.
It looks almost like just some inadvertent contact in between the two right after the end of the play. So we shall see what comes of it as all three referees are over at the monitor. There is no BC without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Champions Club today. Help us build a championship culture here at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at bcuathletics.com/champions club. That's bcuathletics.com/champions club. Well, Sabrina, it would have been easy for the Wildcats to quit tonight.
Yes,
down by 13, under 10 minutes to go. They could have said, it's not our night. We'll recover. We'll try and get guys healthy and come back on Saturday. But they have not done that. They have attacked. Ontario Morris has done a really great job to really drag this team back into the game. Tyler Andrews with a game-high 16, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. We talked in pregame about how Tyler Andrews' performances were slipping towards the last couple weeks. It's a vintage Tyler Andrews tonight, including that deep one that he hit right before this current timeout.
And honestly, Mike, I'm so happy that I got to see him more as a skilled player as well, and not just the shooter, you know? Like I said earlier, he's a great player, but what asset can he be if he's only behind that line? And we saw a little bit of that when he's pump faking, driving it down all the way to the lane, taking those fouls and taking it right to the free throw line.
So the referees have looked at it. Now they'll confer, and we'll see what they say. I think that there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
That the crowd made something out of nothing here. But it's not our job to judge, it's theirs.
We're just here to talk about it.
And of course, we can't hear what's being said on the floor. Was there verbal interactions that we didn't hear?
Oh, it is a tech.
So it's a technical foul on number 0. So they are going to get Alex Anderson with a tech. The common foul will still stay on Morris. So this will be free throws for the Wildcats, and the basketball goes back to Texas Southern.
Okay, I can handle that.
At least I think. I'm never quite sure in these.
We're at bird's eye view, Mike.
When I'm not courtside to hear what the referee's saying. You think I would have watched enough basketball to know what happened to this situation? But so Jacoby Hetty. Good. He now has a chance to tie the game.
These are the type of points that really mean a lot, especially when we were down by 13.
Oh, well short.
Yeah, not too far though.
And so now it goes the other way. It'll be Texas Southern ball after the foul on Ontario Morris, but the Wildcats have cut a 13-point lead down to 1 in under 5 minutes. Oh no, it's Wildcat ball.
Oh.
So my apologies. It is 2 shots and the ball. So now the Wildcats have a chance to take the lead here. Seneca Willoughby around the rescreen from Bland. Hands to Morris. He's the man of the moment. What can he do? It's a jump. And the arrow is with the Wildcats. They'll get another chance with 18 on the shot clock. And I think that is just a case of Ontario trying to do too much.
But sometimes that's what we were looking for. You know, we need those impact plays to make those impact points.
Here we go. Wildcats with a chance to take the lead down by 1. They run Andrews off the screen. Got to get the ball in. He does. Andrews catch and shoot. Deflected. Bland can't get the board. It's loose on the ground, and Weisinger has it. That was not the shot with 18 left on the clock. Wow. Wildcats try and throw up a catch and shoot off a broken entry play with still 18 seconds on the shot clock. Will we be looking back on that moment and going, what could have been?
A lot of things could have been like.
Texas Southern a chance to extend their 1-point lead, 55-54, 5.5 to go. Weisinger against Morris. The switch to Andrews and back to Morris. Weisinger screen and 3, off to the left. Offensive rebound by Posey. Put back, no. Rebound. Wildcats. Morris ahead of steam. The dribble move back to Jacoby Hetty. Jacoby Hetty spins, lost the ball. Morris with 8 to shoot. Morris lost it again. Hetty has to put it up. He got it!
That energy that we are looking for.
The Wildcats lead for the first time since it was 21-20.
They need that.
57-55. Weisinger, the dribble handoff to Zaire Hayes. He attacks, gets in, foul called.
That was all ball, Mike.
Well, they're gonna say he got him with the body check.
Mike, me and you both know that was all ball. But hey, we cannot overrule what the refs say.
That's the 4th on Ariel Bland. So now I bet Daniel Ruzon's gonna come back in. And this is what Coach Theus is arguing, that he got all ball. I don't disagree with you for the most part, but yes. I think they're calling the leg,
yes.
the leg kick out, not the arm.
Ah, okay, so if you would have went straight up and then grabbed it, it would have been different.
So Zaire Hayes a chance to tie it up at the line. Well, could this have ended any other way?
Yes. It wouldn't be a game if it wasn't like this.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. 1-point game, 57-56. That's the first Texas Southern point in over 2.5 minutes. In that time, the Wildcats went on a 9-0 run. They're not taking Ariel Bland out with 4 fouls. So they're gonna let him play till he has 5, then put Ruzon back in. We are tied at 57. This is not the kind of game either of these teams like to play. Both like to score in the high 70s, low 80s. But it is a knockdown, grind out defensive slugfest on Monday night at Moore Gymnasium. Morris trying to get past Weisinger to the baseline, and they tie him up, and that's going to be Texas Southern ball. Again, Morris trying to do too much. He needs to kick that out.
Yeah, this is the time that we start to play the fundamental. We're 4 minutes in, and it's tie game. This is, like you said, down to the nitty-gritty.
Roberts. He's been the top player in the second half for Texas Southern. Attacking Andrews, creates separation, almost lost the ball. Now on the baseline, kicking it out. Open for 3 is Hupstead. Short, rebound, Seneca. Willoughby has 7 rebounds.
He may not be showing up offensively, but he'll be there defensively for us.
Willoughby runs. They reverse the floor. inside to the free throw line to Jacoby Hetty. Foul called on Zaire Hayes. And the Wildcats will go to the line for a 1-and-1 after the final media time out.
That might be number 4 or number 3 for Hayes.
I will double check for you after I tell you about student athlete NIL merch. Support the Wildcats like never before. Bethune-Cookman Athletics has partnered with Influxer to bring you officially licensed, co-branded NIL merchandise featuring your favorite players' names and numbers. Proceeds from each purchase directly support Wildcats student athletes. Show your support for your favorite Wildcats today at bcuathletics.com/NIL merch. I mean, after his performance tonight, I kind of want a Tyler Andrews jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if I can get all of them with all the ones on there.
57-57. The Wildcats on a 9-2 run. Remember, they trailed by 13 with 10 minutes and 21 seconds to go. They erased that deficit in just under 4 minutes, and now it's blow for blow here in the last 3:30. Both teams have 3 timeouts. The Wildcats, this next free throw will be a 1-and-1, but after that, they will be in the double bonus.
So that means there'll be 2 shots per foul.
Just a reminder of what's going on around the SWAC right now. It is all Alabama A&M, 48-32 over Grambling State with 10 minutes to go in that game. Arkansas Pine Bluff defeated Jackson State 84-63. 5 minutes to go in Tallahassee, 89-79. Florida A&M over Prairie View in a high-scoring contest in that one. Florida A&M trying to bounce back to a loss to Texas Southern on Saturday night. Alcorn State 36, Mississippi Valley 25. 11-point lead for the Braves at the half in Itta-Bena, Mississippi, and still no score reported for Alabama State and Southern. Wildcats trying to win another wild one at Moore Gym. On Saturday night, they were the team that took the lead early in the second half and had to defend it late. This time it was Texas Southern with the Wildcats trying to storm back.
Mike, these games are not going to get any easier. And last game against Prairie View really showed us that we're going to have to get out the mud moving forward.
After this game, the Wildcats start the back end of their conference schedule on the rematches. No good on the front of the 1-and-1 for Jacoby Hetty.
Come on, we
oh
need those.
Boy, we do need those. This is the only time these two teams will see each other in the regular season due to the SWAC's unbalanced schedule, and it has been a memorable one. Weisinger pulls up and knocks down from mid-range.
Texas Southern's not going to go away just that easy.
4 fouls on Hayes, 4 fouls on Bland are the 2 players in foul trouble. Hayes and Bland are both still on the floor. Bland catches top of the key. Hands to Arterio Morris. 10 on the shot clock. Morris back to Bland. Bland attacking to the rim.
I like that play, Mike. I like that one.
The big man on the drive ties the game at 59.
And nothing more dangerous than a big man that knows how to drive the ball as well, too.
Weisinger around Morris, now against Bland, lays it up and in. He shoulder charged Bland out of the way, and Ariel played calm because he didn't want to pick up his 5th foul. Texas Southern leading the dance right now.
Baseline wide open with the Wildcats. Cross the free throw line. Tyler back at the top.
Tries to duck it into Jacoby Hetty against Zaire Hayes, who's got 4 fouls. If they clear it out for Jacoby to go to work, he does. Draws the contact, throws it up. Oh, how did he do that from behind the glass?
Such a strategic player. I think Ariel was there to tip it in because it rolled right out, too.
My goodness. Jacoby Hetty just went magician mode to hit that last shot. And we're tied at 61 with 1:40 to go. Weisinger has been the engineer in the last 2 minutes. He attacks, throws it up. It's a and one.
Nope, I think it's out. Oh.
Tyler Andrews called for the blocking foul. Tyler Andrews thinks that he had legal guarding position. He wants to review it, and they will review it for the third time tonight. So the Wildcats used their second challenge. They were successful on the first. Or maybe they won't review it. Oh, the basket was no good. My apologies. So they're not going to review it, even though I thought Coach Theus called for it. So Weisinger at the line, a 78% free throw shooter on the season, averaging 7.5 points on the year, misses the first. I'm surprised how little Bryce Roberts has seen of the basketball in the last couple of minutes, considering he's got a team-high 16. Or Jim Trout to force a miss from Weisinger. He gives Texas Southern the lead at 62-61. 1:30 to go. What a finish to this contest.
Trying to stay quiet. Kind of hard when the game is literally down to the wire right now.
Andrews. Back to Willoughby, 13 on the shot clock. Morris in the corner, the up fake, the baseline drive, into a double team. He's got to get going for someone with the ball. It's loose on the ground. It comes back to him. 3 on the shot clock. Bland has to put it up. It didn't hit the rim. It didn't hit the rim, and it's a shot clock violation. Another crazy play, which this game has had plenty of. And now the Wildcats need a defensive stop again.
Oh, it's timeout being called by Texas Southern. I think they're trying to call up another play. This will be a great time for the Wildcats to figure out what they're going to do for the last minute.
1:01 to play in the ball game. BCU calls their first timeout. They have 2 remaining. Texas Southern has 3. Wildcats in the double bonus. Texas Southern in the single for 1 more foul before they would shoot 2 on each interaction. The Wildcats lead the all-time series against Texas Southern 5-4, but it's 2-2 since the Wildcats joined the SWAC back in 2021. The Wildcats won last year on the road in Houston. The Wildcats picked to win the SWAC this year, 9-1 in the conference. And if Texas Southern pulls off this upset, Sabrina, both of the Wildcats' conference losses will have come at home, which is surprising because the Wildcats, over the last 5 years, have had one of the best home records in the conference, even when their team has not been as talented as the Wildcats are this year.
If I'm not mistaken, weren't we undefeated last year as well, too?
We lost
home?
1 at home.
Lost 1 at home. All right, understood.
Wildcats have made the SWAC tournament semifinals for 2 years running. Lost to Jackson State last year. The Wildcats tipped to make their first ever NCAA tournament this year. They have never won a conference title at the Division I level. But that's a long ways away. Right now it is February 9th at Moore Gym, and they're down by 1 to Texas Southern with a minute to go. Texas Southern has the basketball after another Wildcat empty possession. Wildcats will full court press. Weisinger against Morris. Trying to get by him, armbar into the front court.
Nice defense by Arterio, keeping him at bay.
Switched onto by Bland. Weisinger behind the back, fading away from the 3. Oh my goodness! Jalen Weisinger might have just dropped the hammer. 3-point game. That was only a long 2. Morris. Attacking, kicking. Willoughby for the tie. Yes! crazy.
It's amazing to me to see how poised and calm Coach Theus is towards his end.
And our esteemed PA announcer, Larry Steele, just added insult to injury by referring to Texas Southern as the Panthers, which is the mascot of their heated rival, Prairie View A&M. I'm sure it was unintentional, but it did happen. 64-64. How about the ice in the veins of Seneca Willoughby? My goodness.
I think he was waiting on that because, honestly, they were expecting Tyler to take the threes. He was taking the threes all night. So all the defense, they had their best defender, Humpstead, on Tyler this entire time when Seneca was wide open waiting for the three, not knowing he was a sniper himself.
Advantage Texas Southern, though, because they have the ball.
Yeah.
The shot clock is off. They can hold for the final shot here and try and stun the Wildcats. They've been very efficient in this second half, shooting 40%. They are only 3 of 11 from 3, but I would try and get in the paint, right? The Wildcats have struggled to defend those drives. If you can get in the paint, force a foul, force a mismatch, that's your best look if you're Texas Southern, and I'm pretty sure that's what Coach Jones is drawing up right now.
I agree.
Wildcats have to be solid on defense. You cannot foul and send them to the line with a chance to win the game.
Ariel being in there is probably going to be a tough guess. He is going to have to play with his foot planted and his hands to the sky, Mike. That's really going to, because I think they're going to try and foul him because he has more.
Here we go. Can Texas Southern steal one on the road in Moore Gymnasium? Wildcats full court press. Weisinger against Willoughby, and now will back off. 20 seconds, shot clock off, tied at 64. Weisinger hit the big shot to give them the lead. Willoughby hit the bigger shot to tie it. Can Weisinger win it? Roberts, Weisinger with 5. Weisinger in the corner, throws it up, tip up, no good, and we go to overtime.
It's been all season since I've been waiting to say that letter O word, and I've been waiting not to say nothing, Mike, and it's finally here. But
this will be the second overtime of the season for the Wildcats. They went to overtime on the road against Arkansas Pine Bluff after being down by 16 in the second half. Now they were down by 13 in the second half and rallied to force overtime again.
I just want to go ahead and give it out for Texas Southern. This is a team that has been able to hold us down as well, too. And this is an ego check for us Wildcats, you know? This is huge. I've been said this started the last game against Prairie View. None of these games, I said all game, none of these games are going to get easier from here, especially since we do not have Doc. What are we going to do to make sure that we are okay defensively? That's where we've been killing us right now.
Texas Southern has also been to overtime once this season in non-conference play at home to the Samford Bulldogs. They lost 93-90. I've heard this gym be loud. I don't think I've ever heard it as loud as when Weisinger missed that shot for the win.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And that block for Tyler, he's been waiting for that.
There is so much energy in the building, it feels like the roof is going to fly off. How can you not be romantic about college basketball?
You can't. Just
My goodness.
That's why it's my favorite sport, right?
I know the real line is, how can you not be romantic about baseball?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah Langs. I'm stealing your quote. But really, what a game.
Now, I have been out the game for a little while. Do the fouls follow them into overtime?
The fouls, yes, the fouls continue. So Texas Southern has 19 fouls. The Wildcats are in the double bonus. Bethune-Cookman has 18 fouls. It's the single bonus for one more for Texas Southern. 4 fouls for Zaire Hayes, 4 fouls for Ariel Bland, and Daniel Ruzon, who's played one of his lowest minute counts of the season, just 20 minutes, is in the game against Gorecki. Haven't seen Gorecki in the ball game recently either. He's had a big night on the boards and with 2 blocks as well. And he wins the tip. 5 more minutes of mayhem at Moore Gym. Here we go. Weisinger, who just missed that shot for the win. Hayes, who's got 4 fouls. Down low, Gorecki attacking, misses the dunk, but a foul is called.
He went straight up.
And
that's on Tyler Andrews, his 3rd. And will send Gorecki to the free throw line. Gorecki just has 6 free throw attempts on the season.
That's actually
which is
pretty
odd for a
interesting.
big man.
I'm saying, with that height.
Both teams now in the double bonus for the rest of overtime. Good. Gorecki was just 1 of 6 on his free throws before tonight's game.
He's had enough time to rest to come back and.
Yeah. Can he give the Tigers a 2-point lead? No. 1-point lead.
Take your time. This is where practice really comes out and shows to see what type of team you are.
Willoughby against Roberts. Back to Ruzon. The extra pass is picked off. Great play by Weisinger underneath. In transition to Hayes. He throws it up. No good. Rebound Ruzon. Wildcats hanging by the skin of their teeth.
Run the play. Fake that last pass.
Morris fouls.
I think that's like 2 for him now.
That is 4 for Gorecki.
Get him out of here. Come on, guys. You know what to do.
But here is where the Wildcats have struggled.
Yeah.
If your name is not Jacoby Hetty, and even if it is Jacoby Hetty, the free throw line has not been the Wildcats' friend this season as a team shooting just 68.5%. Morris, his first trip to the line tonight. Missed the first.
Gotta relax.
2 with 4 fouls for Texas Southern, Hayes and Gorecki. Both in the game right now. Ariel Bland has 4 for the Wildcats. He is on the bench. Morris missed them both, and it's still a 1-point lead for the Tigers. Bryce Roberts, really hot out of the gate in the second half, but has been quiet since. Picks up his dribble, twisting, turning, throwing it down to Hupstead on the baseline. Hupstead misses, rebound to the Wildcats. Here comes Jacoby Hetty to Andrews, back to Hetty, across to Seneca. Takes a bump, gets it to Jacoby, attacking, kicking. Morris, 15 to shoot against Gorecki. To the corner, Andrews steps inside. He got fouled by Gorecki, and he is out of here. That's number 5.
Oh, deep breath, deep breath.
It'll be Dwayne Posey in to replace him. Gorecki fouls out, 3 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, and really been a menace for the Wildcats all
Yes,
game
absolutely.
long.
Even though if he hasn't been showing up on the stats sheets itself, him being a body down there really does change the game for Texas Southern.
It's those things that don't show up in the box score, like how many times he forced a tough shot, or forced a kick out, or denied a good look, or made it so one of his teammates could get a steal. Those things don't show up. Tyler Andrews ties the game at 65.
That 71.4% is showing up, Mike. Yes, it is.
What a big game for Tyler Andrews. Ruzon, rebound, put back, good! 67-65, Wildcats full court press. Hayes through traffic into the front court. More Jim on its feet.
I am too.
3 minutes to go in overtime. Still plenty of ball to be played.
Hands up, Wildcats.
Roberts lets it go. No good. Morris across to Andrews. Down low to Ruzon. He attacks Hupstead. He kicks it out. Andrews back down low. Jacoby Hetty, the hook, the horn!
Mike, this is where everything changes. Fundamental basketball is being played right here. When in doubt, go back to what you know. Yes, it may take us a couple of tries to get under the bench, but when you go up from those fouls, lay it in. Soft hands, baby.
And Jacoby Hetty, in what he will readily admit, is not his best game.
Yes.
Has 16 points.
Yes.
Tyler Andrews, 17. What a night for him.
Mike, I just really want to, it might be a little too early to say, but I really just want to go ahead and say that I'm really proud of how the Wildcats have been enduring and digging through and through to come back on such a deficit. 13 with under 10 minutes left, Mike. That's huge. The tenacity that these Wildcats are able to have to control the narrative of who they really think that they are. 9-1, and they're going for 10.
How many times have we seen the Wildcats lead big in the second half and then almost give it away or fully give it away? Tonight it was the opposite.
Yes.
They trailed and had the tenacity to come back. It's the third highest scoring game of the season for Tyler Andrews. He had 20 against Florida A&M and 19 against Mississippi Valley, and there's still 2:47 left in the ball game.
I need high-level defense from the Wildcats. No fouls, though.
Roberts gets the check-in. Guarded by Seneca Willoughby. 2:43 to go. Wildcats up 69-65. Roberts all the way in. Kicks it out to nobody in particular. Wildcat ball.
That energy shift is something that the Wildcats needed.
And Coach Jones went immediately to Roberts and said, "What are you doing?"
I mean, that pressure is getting him into his head.
Timeout, Texas Southern. Wildcats have one timeout left. The Tigers should have 3 because you get one extra timeout in the overtime period. The Wildcats looking to go 2-0 in overtime games this year, both on massive comebacks in the second half. They lead 69-65. They'll have the basketball with 2.5 to go. I would not put anything past anything.
Nothing.
This game is not over until 000's on the clock.
It could go either way, Mike. It really could go either way. The score may seem like it's 69-65 right now, but there's literally 2 minutes left and 36 seconds at that.
And you talked about fundamental basketball,
Yes.
right? You can't, at this point for the Wildcats, you cannot turn it over. You cannot commit an offensive foul. You have to get a good look.
And that even goes back to going down to the little small things as in being in the post too long offensively.
Here we go. Wildcats with the ball up by 4. Looking to make it a 2-possession game. Arterio Morris to Seneca Willoughby. Morris gets it back against Weisinger. On the outside to Jacoby Hetty. Hetty, the jab, the drive, the kick. Morris doesn't take the 3. Back to Jacoby. Hetty back to Morris with 8 to shoot. Ruzon underneath. Twisting, turning, layup, got it!
Fundamental basketball. Use that footwork. And we couldn't find it in the beginning, in the first half of the game. He found it now when it mattered.
7-0 run for Bethune-Cookman here in overtime. Weisinger gets past Morris. Dishes in the paint. Oh, what now? How about that? It's Wildcat ball on the tie-up plus the block by Morris.
What Mike, you have to see that on the replay. 2-hand block. No body contact. How bad do the Wildcats want it, Mike?
They're playing like they want it bad. 7-0 run here in overtime. 2 forced turnovers. Looking to make it more. Jacoby Hetty controls off to Seneca Willoughby. He's got Roberts in his face. Back to the top for Ruzon. The handoff back to Willoughby. Willoughby around the curl, kick to the corner. Andrews will reset down low. Morris has space, goes in, lays it up and in.
Fundamental basketball. Every single time they make a layup, Mike, I'm going to repeat it over again. Those
73-65, Weisinger to Hupstead. He drives in, he got his shot. Oh, I thought Ruzon blocked it.
Yeah.
From my angle, my apologies,
Yeah.
but he lays it in. Hupstead up to 9. It's 73-67.
I know I was talking a lot about fundamental basketball, and let's talk about how it's really helping the Wildcats right now. You know, these are skills that you learn when you first start playing basketball. The easier shots that are always being made, layups that are being made, passes, bounce passes, chest passes. Sometimes when you grow into the sport that you love, you get crafty with it. But when times that it gets down to the nitty-gritty like this, onto the wire, go back to what you know, because they're always going to be there.
We'll take a 30-second break, and when we come back, we'll take you through the end of this enthralling contest here at Moore Gym. Back at Moore Gymnasium, we have seen one of the games of the year in this SWAC. The Wildcats down 13 with 10 minutes to go, came back, forced overtime, and are outscoring the Tigers in the OT period 9-7, are 4 of 4 in the OT period from the floor.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what that is, Sabrina.
Yeah.
It's playing your fundamental basketball, going back to your simple sets, getting good looks at the basket.
Yes, absolutely. And feeding off that energy. You know, the environment you're in really does affect who you are and how you play as a player.
Wildcats trying to get it in, lost the ball. It'll stay with the Wildcats after.
Roberts is clearly very frustrated.
Roberts knocked the ball out of Tyler Andrews' hands. Wildcats trying to draw up something to beat this full court press. Hupstead will guard the inbound. And now they're going to go to a review to see who touched that ball last.
Oh, are they saying review or?
Coach Jones wanted it.
Oh, but now they're going back. Do you want to review?
They will review it.
Oh.
So to me, in real time, it looked like Andrews just lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, low key.
So this could be a big swing for Texas Southern if they get it.
All right, let's see if we can go back a little bit.
I mean,
oh, they're not going to review it.
and now they are going to review it. What is going on here? The referees not sure.
What's going on?
Yeah, they wanted to review it. They don't. They called the players back on the floor. They sent the players back to the bench. And now they will finally go to the monitors. This is a big review. It's the difference by the Wildcats being up by 6 with the ball and up by 6 without the ball with 1:13 to go.
He definitely did lost it.
So looking at the replay, I think you might be right that he just lost it out of bounds. But what frustrates me as a basketball fan more so than a commentator is the fact that it took us 2 minutes to get here.
Yes.
Of will they, won't they, waffling on the court.
And I think that's like one of the uneasier settlings as well too. Like if we're continuing to stay up here as actually planned, why did it take us for us to get to overtime to really play like we're supposed to play?
It definitely looks like Tyler Andrews just lost the ball out of bounds. This could be a big swing for Texas Southern.
I don't want this to get into the Wildcats' head as well too. I want them, even if it was their ball, to really just lock in and get it back. It's a 5-point lead that the Wildcats have right here.
The Wildcats have forced Texas Southern to go just 1 for 5 from the floor in the overtime period, and it's a combination of, yes, Texas Southern has missed some shots, but good defense as well.
Yes.
And how about Daniel Ruzon stepping up right at the end after he's been hounded all game by Gorecki. Gorecki fouls out, Ruzon rubs his hands together and says, it's my turn.
It's my turn. I'm going to show you who Ruzon is.
4 Wildcats in double figures. Hetty was 16.
Oh, it's our ball still.
Wow.
I'm not complaining.
I disagree on the evidence, but
I'm not complaining.
we won't complain. Here we go. They get it into Jacoby Hetty. Trapped in the corner. Back to Seneca Willoughby. Got to get it across. 3 to do so. Hetty throws it up. Tyler Andrews is wide open underneath the basket. And he draws the contact underneath, and it'll go to the free throw line.
Coach is not happy about that. Coach Jones is not happy about that.
There have been a couple of questionable block charges
Yes.
in this game today.
Because I saw Tyler took the same charge over there. Hands planted, and
But
they gave him the foul.
To be fair, the referees have been consistent
Yeah.
at calling that a block
Yeah.
and not a foul. I'd rather that,
Yeah,
and not a charge. I'd rather them be consistent
right.
and not, waffle on it. But Tyler Andrews got to hit the free throws now.
Tameka. All right, Ariel's back in for the last minute. That means he is dumping all of his energy in this last 60, or I'm so sorry, this last 1 minute that's left.
60 seconds left to go. Tyler Andrews misses both free throws. How important will that be? Wildcats still up only 2 possessions. Weisinger a deep 3, no good. Long rebound to Hupstead. He is fouled by Arterio Morris.
Why would we do that?
That is Morris's 3rd foul. It will send Hupstead to the line for 2.
They're going to send me to the hospital.
Now, I don't see this as as big a negative as maybe you do.
No, it's not.
Hupstead is a sub 70% free throw shooter. He is 3 for 4 from the line today, but again, you're up by 6. The most they can get out of this is 2.
Yeah.
If you do the job at a rebound, if he misses this one. So it's still a 2-possession game after this,
Yes,
whereas if
it
they
is.
hit a 3, it would have been a 1-possession game.
Let's
I
hope
don't.
that there's no stops in between as well, too.
52.8 to go. The Wildcats chased this game for so long. Now they're trying to hang on to it late in overtime. Weisinger misses. Hetty recovers the rebound. They'll trap in the backcourt and throw the ball away. Mark Morris on the sideline, throws it up for grabs, gets it back, but that's a double dribble.
No, it's a foul. Because
Wow.
they pushed him from behind.
The Wildcats get so lucky because if Morris just touched that again,
It was a double
a double dribble. But it will send Arterio to the free throw line. He is 0 for 2. Missed 2 clutch ones that might have given the Wildcats the win in regulation.
And these are the ones that count the most. All right, we did our job. We got to overtime. All right, now we're driving into the lane. Let's make sure that we can finish that up with those free throws.
High pressure free throws. First one, good.
I'm leaning back here, Mike.
And this is one of the things that we've talked about both on the podcast and on the broadcast that could hurt the Wildcats down the stretch in a tournament game or a close game like this is the free throw shooting.
I mean, we have to get in the lab when it comes to these things.
We have had multiple chances to put this game away, and Arterio Morris finally hits 2 of 2. Back to a 6-point game, 75-68. Correction, 7-point game. That'll be a foul as spinning into the lane with Zaire Hayes.
You don't want to be too sure when it comes to these situations like this. This is 34.4 seconds left. There could be a stop at any part of the way.
That's 4 fouls on Tyler Andrews, who's been magnificent tonight. 17 points, 4 of 8 from beyond the arc.
Thank you for showing me that you're just not a three-point shooter.
Hayes short on it. A shocking miss by Hayes. He's got 88% from the line.
Coach Diaz has been switching Ruzan in and out when it comes to being on offense and defense. That just shows the type of depth we have.
Second one good. 75-69, 6-point game, 2 possessions, 34 seconds left.
Oh, a 4 press.
They get the ball into Morris. Jump pass back to Seneca. Here comes the double team. Willoughby got to get it away. He does to Morris. 3 seconds to get the ball in the front court. Timeout, Bethune-Cookman.
Nice call, though.
That's the last timeout for the Wildcats, but with only 3 seconds to get the ball in on the inbounds pass.
Yeah. It's a little nerve-wracking at times. 26.5 seconds. Literally anything can happen at this point.
The Wildcats in pole position, up by 6. 26 seconds left. Three players with 4 fouls for Texas Southern: Hupstead, Hayes, and Posey. Gorecki is already fouled out.
Hudson has been amazing all over the ball as well, too.
Yeah, Hupstead, 15 boards, 10 points. He's got a double-double. He is their top scorer and top rebounder on the season, also the top rebounder in the SWAC.
Honestly, if I would have to say a player of the game for their team, it would be between Roberts and Hupstead. Absolutely.
I would say Hupstead.
And Gorecki. Gorecki could be honorable number 3.
Yeah. Here we go. Wildcats with 3 seconds to get it across from the baseline. Gotta have something drawn up here. Morris, gotta throw it ahead, but they foul him first. And if you're Texas Southern, you gotta know the situation.
Yeah, they really do. You have to read it.
They should have let him stay in the backcourt because he might not have gotten across.
Might have not made it, but now that he's already across, that's an extra 2 points in his pockets.
Morris, more high-pressure free throws. Good. And now Bland comes back in to play defense. The longest 2 minutes of the season right here at Moore Gymnasium. This crowd has been treated to a treat, and it looks like the Wildcats will once again survive. Morris, 4 of 4 on the last 2 trips to the line, has really iced this one for the Cats. 77-69. Weisinger slipping, sliding. Roberts in the corner, blocked by Andrews. And to add insult to injury, Roberts stepped out of bounds, and that should do it. Wildcat fans singing Texas Southern out of here. For a while in the second half, it looked like the Wildcats were dead and buried. Down by 13 at 50-37 with 10 minutes and 21 seconds left. Then they turned it on. Arterio Morris was the big catalyst for that run for the Wildcats. They cut the lead to 1 in under 4 minutes. They started turning Texas Southern over, and they started converting on the offensive side. And Sabrina has said all night, talking about the fundamental basketball. Seneca Willoughby, 2 of 2, 10-point game, 9 seconds left. Wildcats let Weisinger go into the front court, takes an off-balance 3, off the mark, Ruzon taps it to Andrews. They will not foul. It was a war all weekend long, but the 8 men strong of Bethune-Cookman sweep the weekend as they come back and beat the Texas Southern Tigers in overtime, 79-69. Well, I said it on Saturday a lot, and I'm gonna say it again. Good teams find a way to win. And tonight, it was the big 4 of Tyler Andrews, Jacoby Hetty, Arterio Morris, and right at the end, Daniel Ruzon in overtime helping out a little bit to push the Wildcats over the top. Both teams scored 31 points in the first half. The Wildcats led for a lot of it. Texas Southern came back and made it tied at halftime. Then the Tigers flew out of the blocks in the second half. They led by as many as 13 with 10 minutes to go in the game, shooting 50% from the floor at that time in the second half. Then the Wildcats locked in, erased that 13-point deficit in just under 4 minutes, and then battled back and forth. What a crazy ending it was to regulation, too, with Jalen Weisinger hitting what looked like a dagger jumper to put Texas Southern up by 3. And the cold as ice in the veins for Seneca Willoughby, down the other way on the catch and shoot from the corner to tie the game and send it to overtime. And then in overtime, the Wildcats did what the Wildcats do. They outscore Texas Southern 15-5. They force the Tigers to go just 1 of 8 from the floor in the extra period, while they go 4 of 4 and knock down 7 of their 12 free throws. A resilient win for the Wildcats. Think about the names that aren't playing. Dr. Bradley chief among them, but David Onanina, Simeon Woback, Trayvon Barbary, William Gonzalez, Ricky Mitchell Jr. Daylon Minor didn't even play tonight. He appeared a little bit on Saturday, the true freshman. The 8-man rotation of Bethune-Cookman stepped up, and now the Wildcats dancing at center court as they move to 10-1 in the SWAC, maintain their 2-game lead, plus the tiebreaker advantage on Arkansas Pine Bluff at the top of the SWAC standings. We're waiting to hear from Coach Theus with Sabrina, who is standing by courtside, so let's start running you through the statistics from tonight's game. For Texas Southern, Bryce Roberts was excellent. 16 points, 5 of 12 from the floor, 4 of 8 from 3. He was on fire to start the second half. We are just about ready to head down to the floor to Sabrina Petit home, where she is standing by with Coach Reggie Theus.
All right, Coach, great game today. Just want to touch you. An extremely close game. How important was it for Seneca to shoot that last three-pointer with 25.4 seconds left on the clock going into overtime?
Well, he's done that before. He makes big shots. The key to the game is we were down rebounding in the first half. We were plus 10 in the second half. That's a big difference. They played harder in the first half. We came out with desire and played harder than them in the second half. That's why we won the game.
Absolutely. You talk about fundamentals a lot. How important was it to go back to the start, to the beginning of fundamentals with the last 5 minutes left into overtime?
Listen, players make plays. And when the game was on the line, Daniel wasn't having a great game. But when the game counted, he came in and did it, got the job done.
Amazing, great game, Coach. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. Running you through the scores for Texas Southern again. I'll start over. Bryce Roberts, 16 points. Jalen Weisinger, 11. 4 of 14 from the floor, but 0 of 6 from beyond the arc. 3 out of 4 on his free throws, though. Troy Hupstead was as advertised as Texas Southern's best player. Didn't have the best night offensively, just 10 points, 3 of 8 from the floor, 0 of 2 from 3, but did have 15 rebounds for Troy Hupstead to maintain his lead on the SWAC in rebounding at over 9.5 per game. Zaire Hayes also had 10 points, 3 of 8 shooting, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. Anderson had 10 points, 1 of 4 from the floor, but 8 out of 10 from 3. Posey had 5, Mortal had 4, Gorecki had 3, and crucially fouled out. Before I get to the Bethune-Cookman stats, Sabrina, how important was Gorecki fouling out for the last 2 minutes of regulation?
Extremely important. He was a huge factor of what shut down our offense down in the post on Texas Southern. He was a playmaker. You know, like he said earlier before, he wasn't showing up on the box itself. But it was those special plays, those special footing, wherever he was sitting, that made it really important for the Wildcats to be able to foul him out so that they're able to have at least advance through it.
For the Wildcats, Tyler Anders leads the way. 17 points, 5 of 12 from the floor, 4 out of 8 from 3. He was massive in the first half.
Yes.
He hit a big one from way downtown down the stretch to give the Wildcats their first lead since it was 21-20.
Yeah. And it was really important for me to really state this as well, too. Like, yes, those three-pointers are great, but it was so good to see him really hone into those skills of being just a skill, not just a three-point player, but a skilled player at that.
Team stats look like this. Bethune-Cookman, as Coach said, out-rebounded them in the second half. Overall, 47-37 overall. 17-11, the Wildcats lead on the offensive glass. Second chance points in favor of the Wildcats, 20-12. And a lot of that was down the stretch when they needed it down big.
Yeah, and that was really important. We talked to Coach, how important was it to go back to those fundamental skills. He knew very well that there wasn't a great game. He knew that Daniel itself didn't have a great game, but he showed up when it matters for those.
14 assists to 7 for Bethune-Cookman. The Wildcats turned the ball over 13 times, leading to 7 Texas Southern points off turnovers. The Wildcats forced 11 Texas Southern turnovers, leading to 13 points for them off turnovers. In the fast break, the Wildcats did what they always do, won that one 13-7, 7 steals to 6 in favor of the Wildcats. Shooting splits look like this. Texas Southern, 35% from the floor, 21 of 60, just 5 of 23 from three-point range. Bryce Roberts had 4 of the 5 threes in the game for Texas Southern, and most of those were right at the top of the second half, and he really couldn't get going late on in the game. And I think the Wildcats made an excellent defensive adjustment. Right? They stopped switching the big onto Roberts on the ball screens. And that made it tougher for him to get into his three-point shooting motion.
That defense was really, really massive towards that end of the half to really shut him down. He wasn't able to make those plays that he usually does.
For the Texas Southern was also 22 of 29, 75% from the free throw line. For the Wildcats, they shot 38% from the floor, well under their season average, but 24 of 62, but 8 three-pointers in the game, shot 36% from beyond the arc. That's above rate. You want to shoot over 33%. That's above rate for three-pointers. The free throws, though, 23 of 35 for the Wildcats, as Texas Southern's game plan for a lot of this was deny the easy ones at the bucket and just hack. And they hacked all game long, as you see, with 5 players with 4+ fouls in the game for Texas Southern, and it almost worked because the Wildcats shot just 65% from the free throw line.
This has been the most aggressive team that we have played all conference. You know, Southern had great defense, but they really wasn't. There was a couple players that was aggressive, but the entire team on Texas Southern as a whole really disrupted the Wildcats' flow.
That'll do it here from Moore Gymnasium. Another fantastic week, a 4-0 week for the first time in a while for Bethune-Cookman basketball. The women win 2, the men win 2 wild ones here this weekend. They take this one over Texas Southern in overtime, 79-69. For producer Lee Gillum, Sabrina Petit-Homer at the broadcast desk, our entire student broadcast crew here at Moore Gymnasium. My name is Michael Torillo, saying thank you so much for watching. We have one more homestand left here for the basketball season. Join us on the 19th and the 21st of February as we take on the Alabama schools. But before that, we've got softball on Wednesday night. We've got baseball next weekend. Opening their season. A lot to come on the CatEye Network. Stay with us. My name is Michael Torillo. Thank you so much for watching, and hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats.